fantasy team from falling off the track. Football is back, Jack. Whether on the ground or through the air, when the chips are down and you throw a prayer, when your team is primed and on the hunt, it's 4th and 10, you refuse to punt. When the shoulder pads and helmets crack, that's how you know that football is back, Jack. Let me hear you say, football is back, Jack. This high is wild and out of control, and we're gonna ride it every week till we reach the Super Bowl. Don't need no check downs. Give me big hits and quarterbacks. If you say this game's the best, I'll say it's a gag. Football is back, Jack. Football is back, Jack. Football is back. Football is back, Jack.
Yo, where's Dan?
For real.
Like, where's Dan at? It's Monday. There's a lot going on here. Not like him to... Wait, what's going on here? What's going on here?
Good morning, class. I'm your substitute teacher, Mr. Al-Hassan. Mr. Le Batard will be out today. We're going to be watching a movie.
Oh, let's go.
There we go. Let's go.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Easy day today.
Can we have class outside?
When you bring in the tray with the TV. It was usually the TV VCR combo,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, you knew today was going to be a good
Huddle
day.
up. We're watching Stand and Deliver.
I was going to say, what is the movie you associate with
Rookie of the
this?
Year.
Oh, Stand and Deliver for sure.
I don't know what that is.
Edward James Olmos.
What about Stand By Me?
How does he reach these kids?
Oh,
Unfortunately, the TV doesn't seem to be working. I forgot that you need power.
oh,
Yeah.
boo,
Student
boo.
led study.
So we'll be having class instead. Let's start locally. Here in Miami, the general manager of the Miami Dolphins, Chris Greer, had a mutual parting of ways with the organization on Friday. We got to a little bit of it on the show on Friday, but Zaslow wasn't in class. So
I watched on the plane. I watched the Zoom coverage of class on the plane on Friday.
Any notes?
No, keep it all right up here, baby. I remember.
I'd like you to share with the class.
Well, I mean, you guys, you previewed it. You did a little preview of the Hurricanes and that kind of deal. Mike Ryan was not here because he was in Dallas, all right? He did a recap of the Dolphins from the night before. Tua with a pathetic pregame speech. My goodness. 60 minutes, give me 4 hours. So what kind of fuzzy math is that? And, of course, then news comes about Chris Greer getting fired like right after you guys went off live. So I didn't get to hear you guys talk about it at all.
It's a little weird that he gets fired and then this morning they trade Jalen Phillips.
Was it weird?
Well, I would think that you would reserve all kind of franchise-altering moves for whoever is going to get the job.
Well, no. See, I think part of the you got to remember trade deadline's tomorrow, and I think part of the main reason that you fired Chris Greer on Friday was because you don't want Chris Greer to be allowed to make any self-preservation type moves before the deadline. You can't expect him to make moves that are going to be great for the future of the franchise when it's pretty clear he very well might be fired. So yeah, you got to get rid of him and allow anybody else to make moves for the future of the franchise, and that's clearly the directive right now.
At this point, you just got to get what you can for everybody,
Yep.
right? Knowing that the trade deadline's tomorrow, like they're saying that they're only going to take first rounders and plus for Jalen Waddle, and I'm like, anything that they send you is looking like a good deal.
I'll tell you, I was surprised. I mean, I asked Diana a week or two ago when she was on what would be a good deal for the Dolphins to consider for Jalen Waddle, and she was like, maybe they can get a fourth.
I saw it was reported yesterday on NFL Network that they are going for a first. That's wild. I mean, I don't know who would give up.
I'm sure they're going for it.
Right.
He's not going for it, though.
They probably went for a first for Jalen Phillips, too. Didn't work out like that. You had to trade Phillips, though. You had to, I don't know, are Dolphin fans mad you think that they traded Jalen Phillips? Because you were going to have to give him a contract. He's always hurt, and he's the king of almost making a play. Like, he never actually makes the play.
Almost sacks.
Right. It seemed like such an obvious trade, for me.
Where he's got a beeline to the quarterback.
Yep.
and he leaps, and the quarterback throws it right.
Like the Herbert at the end of the Chargers game, like really sums up his Dolphins career.
It's a Canes thing. You just don't understand.
Oh, look how sad Mike Ryan is. Look how sad he is.
Ah, man, I wish, I wanted to come in here talking to all types.
You can't say anything.
Now I'm just kind of like, it's a dumb sport anyway.
It's a very dumb sport.
Yeah, you're very much. So I mean, I have the impression because I don't know you too well. I'm getting to know you. You seem like an alright guy, and I'm getting the impression you're the type of friend you love to talk about your friend who is suffering because of something that happened in sports.
Isn't that everyone here?
See, I don't do that. I don't like that. It doesn't make me.
Oh, you're
feel
above that?
No, it's not about being above it. It's about like. I don't know. I feel bad for my friend when he's down like that. I don't derive joy from kicking him when he's down.
The only grace you get is if your team is bad and then they lose. But when your team is good and they lose, oh my God, the nectar of the gods.
the good stuff.
So like you like that Mike Ryan is upset right like that. And granted, I wanted the Canes to win too, obviously, but I don't know. I don't take joy in my friends being really.
I'll be
angry
honest. In this
or
particular
upset.
case, not so much because I was really looking forward to whooping his ass in Charlotte. Like I had like this whole fantasy that me and Mike gonna be in Charlotte, and like I'll be in my Georgia Tech gear, he'll be in his Miami gear, and like and all this, and then at the end I'd be laughing and Mike would be sad. And now SMU has stolen that sadness. They've stolen that sadness, the ability to deliver that sadness from me. I'm going to file grand larceny charges against Southern Methodist University. Not very Methodist of them, if you ask me. Stealing?
I think I'm in the minority in that regard, though. That like I don't send the text messages taunting my friend who is hurting because his team lost. I do acknowledge I think I'm in the minority there.
I don't send text messages. I just make montages of the things that they said before, which will be ready later in the show.
Good start from you today.
Thank you.
Tug message.
We're not talking World Series?
Yeah.
Can we honestly?
We'll get there.
We will.
It was so good.
It was good. It was good. We'll
No,
get there.
not good.
It was
Great.
good.
It was
A
look,
lot better than
Let me just
good.
say.
One of the best baseball
Let me
games.
just say.
Downplaying
That
it,
was
such a man. great baseball game.
Let me
Let's
just
talk
say
about
right
it,
now.
please. World Series.
Can we
all
all
the time.
agree my man was safe
Which man?
at home?
No,
Vladdy?
he was not. He was not
The
safe.
Safe.
foot came
He
off
was
the
out.
plate and then he
Safe.
got back
Millisecond.
right before.
You know what a
I don't know.
millisecond
You know-
is?
You
I
know
like
what
his
we needed?
perspective, though. Let's talk about it for 3 hours.
What we needed was a low angle. Behind the plate, low angle, so I could see the daylight between the catcher's foot and the plate.
It was a clear replay.
I don't know how clear. I don't know how clear.
I don't
He's
know
starting to
angles.
sway me.
Angles, baby. Camera angles. They can show you anything. They can trick you anyway, but like if you get the right angle, that's what we needed, a three-dimensional. We needed right behind the plate at ground level, right here. Show me daylight between his foot.
We had it.
No, we
So
didn't.
you needed the angle that proved that he was safe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Video team, let's spend a half hour trying to find this angle. And
They
bring
don't have
down.
it. No one has it. You know why? Convenience. Do you guys know that when a team that plays in Canada is in the World Series or in the finals, did you know that the ratings count as 0?
You sound like the Peepo of Canada.
I'm just saying. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. When the Raptors played the Warriors in the finals, the ratings on the Toronto side, on the Canada side, was 0. They don't count.
Right.
Right? The ratings over here count. So it was one of the lowest rated finals as a result because you only got half the audience.
But it was probably a monster number in Canada.
Sure, but what's a monster number in Canada?
I think I saw that the World Series the other day got like a 20 in Canada.
That's right.
Yeah,
Adnan,
which
Adnan
seems like
brought
a
it up.
really big number.
That's like 5 people, 6 tops.
Adnan talked about it, that if you projected it from Canada to here in the United States, it would be close to about half of Super Bowl numbers. So it's like 350 million or something like that.
This is playing with numbers. You see, Adnan, part of the media, right? They want you to play with these numbers.
Well, he's
hey,
Canadian.
proportion, of course, and he's also in the media, so that makes him a double agent, right? So you talk about, if you do the proportions, you do the proportions. Yeah, there's 17 people in Canada. If 8 watch, all of a sudden that's 50%. That's the equivalent of 200 million people. No, man.
you know,
that's-
Canada's so much bigger than the United States.
No, it's like
right?
you know the population is so much smaller than
But
Canada.
I understand.
That's
That's
what
what
we're
I
talking.
said.
41
I don't
million
care.
live in there.
I don't care if Saskatchewan, all of Saskatchewan watched it. They don't count. That's like there are more people in this room, and I'm not even talking about a shipping container, than there are in Saskatchewan. You can book it.
Saskatchewan expert, Amino Hassan.
Yeah, put it on my bio.
And so this has something to do with the World Series being one of the greatest games ever played, but not being one of the greatest games ever played because of this play.
It's a great game. See, this is a bad angle. Too high.
How's it a bad angle?
Too high. How can I see the daylight?
They have other angles too.
Where's the ball? The ball's not in his mid either.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Oh, look at the daylight. You see the daylight?
What are you
You have
talking
the angle.
about?
The angle.
I can't. You guys don't understand.
No,
what I'm
from
saying.
The
this
spikes
angle,
on the toe are down on the
They're
plate.
not.
So
Very
obvious.
out.
If we were lower, if we were ground level, we'd see that, like, from this angle, it looks like I'm touching my laptop. But if you go like this, like, oh, no, he's not. Right? It's because it's an above angle. You can't really tell if there's contact or not. I can't believe you guys are fighting me on this.
I can't believe it either. Keep talking it out.
What happened in that game, Mike?
What happened in the look, Miami? They fooled everybody, Miami, this year. So you guys got to suffer that indignity too, because this felt like a special season. Miami looked a certain way, and then the same thing happened. That's happened really the last 4 years. Is Miami has its tendencies. They put up enough film. Teams know what to expect. Miami doesn't really adjust the adjustment, and also there's this weird haze of when they meet adversity, they don't meet the moment. They kind of look for any kind of excuse to get out of it. Now, they still should have survived that game. Unfortunate that I'm not going to be a 40-year-old man complaining about the officials, but that was a strange game.
What does your age have to do with it?
Well, you reach a certain age where you don't want to be like the refs cheated guy, but it was you put it in their hands. You got to make catches. You got to be disciplined. I don't know why this center keeps playing. He very clearly cannot adhere to the rules of the game. Really, really a huge bummer. It felt like a special season. We know that when Miami meets its ceiling and plays clean football, they can hang with anybody in the nation. And it just sucks. This felt like at least a college football playoff team. Now a month is an eternity in that sport.
They have no chance of done.
But it does. Yeah, well.
I mean, do they though?
Look, man, Alabama got blown out by a really mid-Oklahoma team, and 12 days later, everybody was saying how if they were in the playoff, they'd win the national championship. A month is an eternity, and you have the weird situation where they have a win over Notre Dame. Notre Dame is cruising right now.
Yeah.
The committee's going to want to put Notre Dame in, but Miami's head-to-head matters. I don't think the season is necessarily over, and quite honestly, I really am curious to see how this team responds, because Mario Cristobal is a big, culture, discipline, toughness guy, and the team is not reflecting that. And I thought we had the locker room right, so they need to respond.
Let me ask you this question. You said they didn't make the adjustments to the adjustments, which seems to be a thing. I'm a basketball guy. When I hear that, I think of Mike Budenholzer, who really good coach, smart coach, but it's philosophically opposed in general to making adjustments. Because he's like, if we do what we're supposed to do, it doesn't matter what they do. That's kind of his way. Is that Mario Cristobal, or is Mario Cristobal just not good at making adjustments?
Seems like both. In a weird way, it
They're
seems like
stubborn.
both.
Honestly, the offense was doing outside runs. We were doing creative stuff with Malachi Toney. I do think that there is a conservative approach. Now, you may see the interception, which, by the way, was Malachi Toney's fault at the end. You have a guy that's been so locked in with Carson Beck. He was supposed to flatten out that route. But I thought Carson Beck actually played kind of well. He was pretty accurate with the ball, and he made some big plays. There were some unfortunate penalties that called some big plays back. But, the ACC comes for us all. I mean, the ACC comes for us all.
Yeah, Mike, I can't help but notice you're doing a press conference thing where I ask you a question.
I'm hugely bummed. I'm hugely bummed. Like this team, I think I haven't been this hurt by a team. Even last year, we blew a 21-0 game at Syracuse.
Yeah, but this team was better than last year.
You knew that last year was a deeply flawed team, and you were just like, let's get into shootouts with Cam Ward and get into the playoff and get to Charlotte.
No, you felt like this team could do something.
Yeah, you felt like this could be a special season. Now, you do have an opportunity to win back-to-back 10-win seasons and show the nation that you can be a consistent winner. I do think that that's important. I do think that watching how this team responds under Mario Cristobal is hugely important for the future of the program. But you can't help but feel like, man, that is such a bummer, because we wasted an opportunity there.
ACC's only going to get one team.
You would think, given the reputation, which Miami's got to look good. Miami's got to perform. We can have that conversation in a month from now. Like I said, November is a wild month in this sport. 4 weeks is an eternity. I do think that Miami will be back on that bubble conversation because they were in the bubble conversation last year. So if they meet that resume that they had last year with a better defense and signature wins under their belt that they didn't have last year, with the added complexity of Notre Dame being in that conversation and them having a head-to-head win over Notre Dame, I do think that there's more hope than it feels right now. But right now, you got a real problem, and it seems to be intangible because it comes down to discipline and how you meet adversity. And they get Fs across the board.
I guess I would just add, like last year, yes, they didn't qualify for the ACC title game last year either. Did they finish third in the ACC before that game? Like, were they the first team out?
Yeah, it was screwy. You had like
because
four
right now,
teams in the mix.
Because right now they're seventh.
No, they have no shot at Charlotte this year.
No, I'm not talking about a shot of going to Charlotte. I'm talking about, will the committee look at them as a team to give an at-large bid? They didn't last year when they were third in the ACC.
They did look at them last year. The conversation was South Carolina,
right.
Alabama, Miami.
I mean, they didn't put them in. And right now they're seventh in the, like, they're not going to vote in the seventh best team in the ACC.
You're going to have teams that have 3 losses in the SEC that they're going to be dying to put in. And I do think that there will be an interesting conversation.
And they're going to be dying to put Notre Dame in.
Well, that'll be interesting to see how that the head-to-head has to matter. Mm-hmm. It has to. I think it would be pretty BS.
Well, how much does the head-to-head matter when the game literally happened at the start of the season?
The head-to-head has to matter.
But it's never mattered at the start of the season. Like, that's been the thing for every team when it comes to the playoff, is you judge the team based off who they've been.
Yeah, you're a different team at the end of the season than you were at the start of the season.
We can have that conversation 4 weeks from now. They're probably going to lose another game because they're so undisciplined. Like, it seems like a ridiculous conversation right now when you got the most emo goddamn team looking for any excuse to give up.
What were you most angry about in the end, if you had to pinpoint one thing?
The penalties. You look at that box score, you're wondering how the hell you lost that game. The SMU ran for 23 yards. Most of that was in overtime. I was really disappointed that they seemed to quit after the interception. I was disappointed that they still have this conservative approach to not trusting the quarterback. Carson Beck's going to throw interceptions. You got to live with that. You got to let the guy go. But really it's the penalties. We gave up 100 yards in penalties. Now that I think Tim Reynolds pointed out that crew has done a couple of Miami games, and Miami has been called for 21 penalties, and their opponents have been called for 6.
Do fans of other schools and other conferences complain about their officials the way that the ACC fan complains about ACC officials?
ACC officials are bad. Look, Ruben Bain gets held all the time on that illegal man downfield. This wasn't even a conversation because the cameras didn't catch it. Malachi Tony straight up got tackled. He straight up got tackled while he's running a route. Not a conversation. They pick up the flag on the DPI on Keelan Marion.
Are you mad about the 4th down rough in the passer?
I am hugely mad about the rough in the passer. Lightfoot holds him up. That is, come on. That is not the spirit of the law. That was BS. Miami could have survived that game and taken the lessons from it.
I'd kind of like the officials to understand the situation in that spot.
But ultimately, you had an opportunity to control that game. You blew it. And you put it in the officials' hands, and you deserve to lose that.
Why are you making a face?
Look, I understand why people are super happy, but
no, but look at him. He's making a face.
Yeah, we got a bunch of peepos over here.
Come on, bro, the zebras, bro.
What are we doing?
What
Lost the second game again. Another ACC loss. I mean, that's what this program does. You lose in conference games, and you don't make it to Charlotte, and then you don't make it to the playoff because that's what Miami is.
What happened
They're
to
a team
UCF
that's
this
just on the
weekend?
outside. Oh, the UCF Knights don't exist. The UCF Citronauts exist, and they're undefeated.
Okay.
They're 8-0 in the history of their program.
What?
Space Week.
UCF got beaten 30-3.
Yeah, bad program right now.
I'm not going to do that.
Doesn't matter.
I honestly don't think
We didn't have any
at all.
expectations.
No, everything.
But you have championship expectations.
Everything that Jeremy said was true. I think that this season feels especially disappointed. It's a byproduct of how this program got our hopes up. And there's a lot of people with egg on their face. A lot of the smartest people that cover this sport all thought Miami was for real, and they folded. It's really sucky that over the last 2 years, when this team loses, they lose inside the margins and one-score games, and there's always a play or two that could change a season, and it's just not breaking their way. And quite honestly, it's the lack of discipline when you have a disciplinarian head coach that drills that all week in practice, and yet you still play the same guys that keep making the same mistakes. There's got to be accountability there. He's got to show something.
I gotta say, for the audio audience, y'all can't see this.
No, I'm devastated, dude.
No, it's not just devastated. You are doing textbook press conference behavior. You haven't made eye contact.
I can't.
With anybody or even a camera throughout that entire soliloquy. No. Although you are looking around as if you are looking at different people to talk to, but none of them are ever the camera, and none of them are any of us.
I'm bummed. I haven't been able to shake it. It's a crushing loss.
That's the other thing about college sports that fascinates me. Is there any other sport in the world where ultimately the championship or who competes for the championship is decided by a committee that says, not you? No. When you think about it, it's incredibly weird. Like every level of sport in the world, we all go, we compete, and then, okay, those guys are the winners.
I do think it's really ridiculous, and it kind of boggles the mind for someone to speak like they know what's going to happen 4 weeks from now in this sport.
Sure.
I mean, the CFP took so many twists and turns in the final 2 weeks last season. So
that's you trying to make it sound like the Canes still have a shot here.
I think if they put up 4 straight weeks of playing clean football and having a 10-win season, we'll find ourselves in the exact same debate that we had last year with a much better hand, with a Miami team that's lost 2 games by 1 score.
On the outside looking in.
We'll see, Jeremy. But for the meantime, shut the up.
Marking it. I'm going to put everything Jeremy said was right in the club.
So going back to the Dolphins. So you guys are telling me this is fire sale time now. Like, everything must go 80% liquidation.
Yeah, every man for himself kind of situation right now.
Yeah. Like I said, trading away Jalen Phillips was an obvious move. You can't possibly pay him. It'd have been so stupid. All right, so there you go. And the next one they should move on as well is Bradley Chubb. Like, there may be someone there. Like, Bradley Chubb's best days are behind him. All right.
If Phillips got a third, what does Bradley get you?
4th, maybe.
If that?
Because you also got to understand, like, Bradley Chubb makes some money, so 4th, maybe. And if someone wants Matthew Judon, come get him. I mean, the Dolphins picked him up off the streets at the beginning of the year. I would trade all 3 of the pass rushers there. And is there anyone else? Like
Minka, maybe?
Yeah, they're definitely not. You would assume they're not going to keep Minka. Like, it doesn't make sense to give him a contract extension.
You keep
which
Paul.
I know he wants. Paul, you got to keep. All right.
A-Chain you keep.
Chop
you
Robinson.
you build around Paul.
I think you probably keep Jalen Waddle, too, to be honest. Like, you do have to have some good players on offense moving forward. I think you do probably keep Jalen Waddle, even though he's clearly not a number 1 wide receiver. But I think the pass rushers are going to be the guys that teams in a winning situation are going to want to. It's like trading for a relief pitcher at the MLB deadline. Like, every team is going to want a relief pitcher. Every team is going to want a pass rusher.
Unless you're the Dodgers, because you don't need one, apparently, and you only need to throw your starters to win Game 7. The guy who started Game 6, Yamamoto, amazing.
You guys want to hear from Big Mac on the firing of Chris Greer? He's been out on Chris Greer. He's our guy from downstairs. I just want to make sure the audience knows. But we get his takes on the Dolphins, and he's not a Chris Greer guy.
Big Mac's take of the day.
Oh, yeah, we got rid of the Joker. Next is Batman and Robin. And you know who that is. Mike McDaniel and Tua.
Big Mac's take of the day.
Oh, that's a very well-crafted take, man.
I love him just
Batman and Robin, huh?
He goes, and you know who that is. And then I keep walking, and he's like, it's Tua and McDaniel.
Yeah, he wasn't done.
Just in case.
No, yeah, that's a good take, man, because some of the listeners are like, wait, who's Batman and Robin? And then he breaks it down for you.
You know who that is. It's Tua and McDaniel.
The reports out there really make it sound like Stephen Ross may tell the new GM that he wants to keep Mike McDaniel after this year.
That's kind of something we were talking about earlier.
It really sounds like that.
This month. It was like, why don't you just keep him, have the new GM kind of build players around the system that worked a couple of years ago, right? You scored 70, you had the best offense, 2 or 3 for 1,000, a trillion yards. Like, it works given the right players in the system. Now, the problem is, did all the NFL defenses figure it out, and now the system doesn't work?
Where's Ryan Tannehill? He never got hired.
At home, yeah.
He's like, I'm too good for this backup. And then, like, just never. He's just chilling, right?
Yeah.
Now he's like 40 and cracking a beer.
Is he 40?
I think he's like 40. Brian Tannehill, man. That dude's old.
Flacco's 40.
How about Flacco this weekend? Look, I know they lost.
That arm is live.
With a sprained throwing shoulder. He said, give me 400 in the air.
Tannehill's 37 years old.
Yeah, that's close. It's knocking on 40's door. You hear that? That's 40. That's 40's door, actually. That's Tannehill at the door. I messed that one up.
Not getting on 40's door.
It is.
There you go.
Best musical impression for the Sueys.
Good teammate.
Thank you.
No, but like this, I feel like this is all tied to a weird all chips in mentality on Tua. Someone who has never shown the consistency in terms of health or anything else to say you can go all in on me. And I like that's the part that I keep going back to, how they managed all of this from the beginning, from the very first time he had that concussion, and that season was magical, and then it was kind of ruined, right? They never like said, hey, we need to start building this thing with the eye that he may not be around. If he's around, it's awesome. If he's around and he's good, it's awesome. But if not, we have contingency plans of winning games, whether that's with a competent quarterback, backup quarterback, whether that's with others facets of the game. They never did that. It was always like, if Tua's out, we're screwed. If Tua's not Tua, we're screwed.
But I would add, like, how many teams in the league have a competent backup quarterback? Like, this is every team. When your starter gets hurt, you're completely screwed. That's every. No one's like, all right, nice. We got a good backup. He'll come in and win us some games. No one.
No. But it's not about winning us some games. It's not about this thing keeps humming. It's that it doesn't fall apart completely the moment we have a backup in there. Like you could say how many teams have like a guy who could come in and win games. How many guys are going to do the Matt Castle 12 wins or whatever? Sure, that's a rarity. But in terms of, can we just not completely fall apart? I don't think I don't think you're right when you say. I mean, look at San Francisco, right? It's not that Mac Jones is amazing. Oh my God, how did we not know? It's that he's competent enough so that this thing doesn't fall apart while Purdy's out.
Well, it seems that the coach had a system that was specifically designed for this quarterback.
That's what I'm saying, contingency plans, because the system designed for this quarterback is cool, but if this quarterback was someone with a little bit more durability.
I'll tell you what bothers me, though. So there's several things that we're reading right now, right? Where McDaniel, it seems like he's going to stick around after this year. He's clearly not being fired during the season. He may stick around after this year.
Fight through, buddy.
Give me a second. Thank you very much. I
Take
apologize.
all the time you need, man.
Yeah.
The second part.
Yes.
Lost my train of thought now.
Okay.
Oh, no.
No,
You're on it.
We'll
You're
find
on
it.
it.
Hang on.
Daniel.
Right there.
Let's help him find it.
Grab that rope.
Help me.
It's dangling. It's right in front of him.
Saying that it's dangling doesn't help me regain my
Tua,
thought.
something about
Yeah, it
Tua?
was something about Tua.
Tua?
Oh, yeah.
McDaniel?
So the other thing I'm hearing, though.
Why don't you
Thank you.
start your point from the start?
Okay. The first thing you're hearing is it seems like Mike McDaniel may still be the coach after this year. The second thing you're hearing right now is that Tua, it's going to be incredibly hard to get rid of him. I can't do another year with these guys, with McDaniel and Tua. Like, how does a general manager, you're telling me whatever general manager they wind up hiring is going to come in here, because you'd like to believe that the new guy, hey, do you like this coach? Do you want to keep him? I'm giving you the opportunity. Do you like this quarterback? Do you want to keep him? I'm giving you the opportunity. You're telling me that whatever general manager comes in is going to be like, yeah, of all my options in the world, I like what I've seen from Mike McDaniel. I'm keeping him. And of all the options moving forward, I like what's going on with Tua. I'm going to keep him as well.
You
And
like
I'm not
a
saying,
guy who is durable at the quarterback position, who gets rid of the ball quick, who can do all the little things in a smart way, who doesn't throw interceptions because McDaniel schemes you open. How about Stephen Ross? Bring in a new GM, gets him to trade Tua, gets Tom Brady out of retirement. Whoa. And now Brady to the Dolphins finally happens. He's not doing great at the broadcaster thing. You get that off of everyone's mind. You get him back down here in Miami as the New England Patriots are emerging and the Buffalo Bills seem to be going, the opposite direction, but at the same time are still hanging around at the very top.
Beat the Chiefs
instead of that
Big
rivalry.
win last night.
And how about Tom Brady out of retirement? That fixes everything.
I like it also because he gets to distance himself even more than he already has from the Raiders. Again, we don't talk about that anymore. Remember, he's like, Tom Brady's going to come in here. He's going to win, winning mentality. And I was just like, I just kind of know Mark Davis. We're not boys like that. Like
he hit me up. He asked me. I said, yeah, why not?
I said, why not? I'm trying to
who's going to be there?
Okay. We're all going to be there.
Sell your stake there. End up with a little stake in the Dolphins. Just saying.
All I'm saying is this could be a pretty decent quarterback class in the NFL draft, and the Dolphins are going to have a high enough pick that they better select someone.
That's the thing is, even if a GM were able to trade him, whatever genius plan that is put together, that guy should get a raise.
Just cut him.
The thing is, if you cut him, you're dead at $110 million.
So what? But Broncos 2 years later, a good team.
Yeah, okay, but look at the Saints, who are in salary cap hell because of what happened with Derek Carr, and now you're looking around saying they're the worst team in the league.
But if you draft a good quarterback the way Sean Payton did, it doesn't matter. And just draft the right guy.
It's developing a guy, too, right? Like, Bo Nix, if he didn't go to Sean Payton, he'd be a backup somewhere.
Maybe.
Correct?
Maybe.
Like, that's what we're looking at. Michael Penix, like a guy who sat behind.
But I hate the idea that they can't just cut to it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Like, they're going to be shitty either way with a dead cap hit or not. Yes, you can.
Does Tua have any, not that would bear into your decision to cut him or not, but is there any potential for Tua to have a Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold glow up post Dolphins?
He's so limited.
I mean, my case is too, like, I don't think it's, like, I think he's washed. I don't think he's a good quarterback anymore. I think once in a while, once every few games, you'll get a good game, when a couple years ago, once every few games, you get a bad game. It's the opposite now. Like, I think he's washed. So my answer is no. I don't believe that.
I mean, we saw those other guys look pretty washed in their own right. Maybe not in the physical sense.
No, I don't think they're washed. I think that we were thinking that they're just not that good.
Right.
We hadn't actually seen the potential coming out yet. We have seen it with Tua, and he's not that guy anymore. Like, we've seen it with Tua on this exact team. It's the same scenario. So that's why I think the situation's a little bit different.
And the reason you look at those guys and see them have success is, like, they always had the physical tools that could make them good. They
were
big,
clearly just situation.
Guys. Exactly.
Tua's in the same situation.
Looks physically different.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah,
and he doesn't seem to be a guy that was ever going to all of a sudden figure it out. He figured it out early. Now you have all those guys have crazy arm strength, the ability to move around. That's a different thing than what you get with Tua's skill set.
Like, I mean, I know it's a hard thing for us to do, especially when we're talking about football players. And to say, just with us watching it, to say that guy looks like he's playing scared. But how many times during that Baltimore game on Thursday night were there plays made out there where it's like, yeah, he looks like he's scared playing quarterback now.
Zaz, what did you think about his comment that, like, about his height? That's the first time I've ever heard, even though for years short quarterbacks were discriminated against in the draft because, he can't see over his line. And then it took guys like Doug Flutie showing, like, it doesn't matter then, and Drew Brees.
I mean, 2 weeks before that, when's the last time you heard a quarterback talk about the other quarterback they were going against in Josh Allen and say, I'm not as good as him?
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty weird. Like, it all feeds into what you're talking about when you talk about fear. It's like, I don't think this guy believes in himself anymore, right? Like, the fact that he's saying, I'm too short to see over the line, I'm like, that's like, you never say that as a short quarterback, because that's the first thing people think when they're trying to evaluate you.
You know who's not saying that? Drew Brees. You know who's not saying that? Bo Nix. You know who's not saying that? Baker. All guys that are shorter than him that play really well.
Even now, while Russell Wilson sucks, you're not going to hear Russell Wilson
never
say
that.
Like that.
He would never say that. What is Tua's plus attribute?
I mean, it used to be that he was accurate, right?
Okay. No, like, that's the only thing? Arm strength, no. Leadership, not really. Durability, no. Speed, no. Athleticism, no. His height, no. Arm strength, no.
And now apparently he also doesn't get along with the coach anymore.
So it's like what is his thing where you trot him out and you be like, I'm like very excited that he's going to do X. Yeah. Nothing.
We're paying him a lot of money.
We can't take a $110 million cap hit.
That's
and he won't retire. That would solve everything.
Just trade him for nothing. Like, if you trade him for nothing, at least it's half the cap hit. I think Barry Jackson put it out there earlier. If you trade him before June 1st, it's like $45 million as a cap hit as opposed to the $90 million it would be if you cut him.
No, yeah, that's the problem.
You don't think that there's a team out there, not one team, that's desperate enough to or even swap bad money?
I think the biggest thing is, if I'm another team, I understand the dire straits the Dolphins are in, and I'm doing the Sam Presti. I'm like, I'll take him. You got to give me some with it. You gotta give me a couple of picks. So then it turns into, is Tua so bad for your team?
No, I'd rather just take the dead cap hit. Absolutely not. Like that. That's the difference with the NFL and the NBA.
Right.
You know, like no,
Although-
in the NFL, I'd rather just take the dead cap.
Although we've seen that twice in the NBA, Bradley Beal and Damian Lillard this past offseason, they were like, yeah, I'd rather just cut bait than have to give up things to get them off of my books. So, I mean, it does happen. But, like, again, I think this all goes back to you went all in. The problem is you went all in financially, structurally, everything.
With a bad hand. You went in
exactly.
with a bad hand.
The
You
gut
went in
sh-
with a gut shot.
The gut shot.
And all of a sudden, you didn't have the glasses, you didn't have the reader, you didn't have the card shuffler, you didn't have anything. You said, all right, I've got this. And everybody around the league's like, okay, you're going to pay him that much? Nobody else would have.
If not Tom Brady, the announcer, I mean, I'd even rather maybe have Tony Romo come out of retirement and be my quarterback.
What was he doing there?
Is it like a fourth down that was really short? He was trying to see.
But it sounds like something else. Can you play it again?
And you'll see right here, hold, and then another hold right there. I think it was.
I got to tell you, many a time in my life, I've tried to hold and then hold again, only to end up saying, you got to fight sometimes.
It's hard.
You got to call it.
You can't fight. Sometimes you can't fight.
Sometimes you can't fight.
Sometimes you just got to let it go.
You think about baseball. You think about anything else. Margaret Thatcher on a cold day.
Baseball's
right?
not helping me fight.
Yeah. I say baseball, and Jeremy starts thinking about that World Series game, and he goes,
What are we talking about?
Have you ever tried to hold it and then hold it again?
it's hard to hold it sometimes. Sometimes you just got to.
Twice?
Hey, if you can get to twice, you're already doing pretty well.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, play action there.
Oh, is that what he did?
Yeah.
Oh, because he's going to run. No, he's throwing it. The crown is yours. Zaz,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this over the weekend also.
I see everything.
John Morant.
Yeah,
You see this whole John Morant
I
hubbub?
did. I did. Of course, I saw what's going on with John Morant.
So if you could, for the audience, summarize what's happening with John Morant in Memphis. By the way, a mere months after their GM came out and very strongly said any talk about him being on the block is irresponsible and he's our guy, 10 toes down and all that.
Well, I'll start out by telling you he's 100% going to get traded. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you.
100%?
100%.
Not 95.
For this to happen, what are we talking? 6 games into the
6 games
season,
in.
and we're already doing the bull. All right, and if you don't know what the bull is, so let's play the clip for you. This is John Morant post game a couple nights ago. It was a loss, right? It was a loss.
Yep.
He only played he's averaging a season low in minutes. Career low in minutes right now. He's averaging like 28 minutes per game. It was a game he really struggled. He was like 3 for 14 from the floor. I don't think he played down the stretch. And apparently there was a discourse between the coach Tomas Isalo and John Morant. And then shortly after that, here's John with the reporters.
What went wrong to you today? Go ask the coaching staff. Do you feel like, it was anything you could do differently, I guess?
You go ask them. They had a whole spiel in here, so.
From the outside, and the outside may be wrong, but from the outside, it didn't look like you had your usual energy tonight.
Go ask the coaching staff why.
Okay. You feel like you should play more?
Go ask the coaching staff. Should I play more or not?
What could have been done different to get a different outcome other than asking the coaching staff?
According to them, probably don't play me, honestly. That's what basically the message was after, so it's cool.
The coaching staff message with us?
It's cool, bro.
We good? You didn't have anything physically wrong in terms of illness or anything? We're under the weather. Okay.
I'm fine.
All right.
All right.
So
this is a child.
Yeah, let me clean up a few things. Number one, I think this is one of those instances. A lot of times when you hear these terse answers, people think, "Oh, the player hates the media, or the media have been jerks." Whatever.
No, that's not.
This is not about the media.
No.
This is him trying to, in his mind, I think, give sanitized answers to cover the incendiary remarks that he really wants to make. And he ends up getting suspended. I don't believe he got suspended for those remarks. I think he got suspended because
for what took place right before that.
The
apparently.
unsanitized version of the remarks that he delivered directly to the coaching staff.
Yeah.
And
by the way, the remarks he delivered to the coach staff was apparently because new head coach Tomás Zaslow, who apparently challenged him in the locker room about A, his leadership, and B, his effort, and then Ja Morant's response was deemed inappropriate. And let me also add, on Amazon, on the Prime Games that night, their post-game show, which is like Blake Griffin and Udonis Haslem, and Blake Griffin went at Ja Morant with video evidence and everything, how his effort was really, really poor in this game.
I just want to point out not only career lows in minutes, but also in field goal percentage, in assists, and three-point percentage. He's having the worst year of his career right now.
This is a player who, like, leadership-wise, has been a disaster off the court. Okay. Has done 0 winnings. Been out of the first round 1 time in his career. Last year was out for a lot of the season. Team played well. When he came back, didn't like the style of play that they were playing, got the coach fired. All right, and now 6 games into this year, we're doing the bullshit? Come on.
I don't know if he got the coach fired. I'm not going to go that far. The coach got fired, sure. But I think one of the things that's really important in the league, everything you say about Ja, yes, he bears responsibility for it. But for the best player in this franchise, right, for him 6 games in, to have this kind of loggerheads with the coaching staff.
It's ridiculous.
It's a two-way street, though, right? I think one of the big things for an NBA coach is you have to connect with your star player, and it has to happen pretty much the moment you got the job, for sure, but day one of the offseason where it's officially mine, and now I get to shape it the way I want to. He should have been with Ja every day, because if you haven't sold your vision to your best player, I don't give a damn how good of a coach you are, your X's and O's, your brilliance. If your best player, it's not just the best player because we have a bad team and he just happens to be the best. He's a really good player. If he's not bought in, then none of it matters after that. And so I got to put some of it on the coaching staff because clearly y'all hadn't sold the vision. 6 games in. Now, if 40 games in, he's like, I don't think this is working. That's different. But 6 games in, you haven't tried, I don't think.
It feels like the distinction was made that it's like Jaren Jackson Jr.'s team more so than it is Ja Morant's team, right? Like, it feels like the vision was sold to Jaren Jackson Jr. and they want to start building around what he does more than what Ja Morant is doing. And, like, you can't give a half-ass, piss-poor effort and expect everything to be okay. Like, he knew what he was doing. He knew the repercussions of what was going to happen.
And what kind of buster coach is it to not confront what's supposed to be the best
you're a
player,
sucker.
the leader?
If you don't do it, you're a sucker.
Yeah, it's total buster if you don't call him out after that kind of effort.
No, of course. I guess my thing is 6 games in, and that's the reaction you're getting from him. Clearly, there was no sell job earlier.
But you know what? Let me ask you this, all right?
Yeah.
Why does there have to be this all-out sell job by the new coach to Ja Morant when they've done no winning? Like, imagine if the Florida Panthers, and I'll give a local example. Imagine if the Panthers coming off of the most points in the regular season, and they bring in a new coach who completely changes the style of play. And guess what? For most of that regular season, they were mediocre. Like, why didn't any of the Panther leaders or best players come out challenging their new head coach who changed everything? Like, why can't the coach the team?
There's a couple.
Matthew Tkachuk's dad did.
There's a couple of number one.
But at least Matthew Tkachuk's dad did after game like 75.
This is what I would say. Number one is the coach came in with a resume.
The Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers coach came in with a resume. In professional sports, but in the NBA specifically, like there is a level of like, who the hell are you? Right? It's a reason why people say, oh, why do these former players keep getting jobs? Because players will listen to former players. At least when the door opens and you walk in and you're a former player, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Now, you might lose the benefit of the doubt when you start opening your mouth, but they'll give you that. If you're not a former player, then the stakes get a lot higher. So you have to have been probably an assistant a lot of places for a long time, because what ends up happening is Guys like, your new coach is Jonathan Zaslow. And then they call, yo, man, who the hell is Jonathan Zaslow? Yo, you were in Miami. Was he there? Yeah, man, he's good. He's really good. A word? Okay. Now I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
They would say that about me.
Now, Coach Isalo, he's very experienced, but he coached over there in Europe. And by the way, in Finland. So it's not like he was in Spain. And I remember so-and-so played with me in Chicago. He played for him in Spain. You don't have a lot of people who will vouch for you. So you come in, and I go back to, your X's and O's might be salient. It might be right. Yeah, build it over around Jaren Jackson. We're going to play this way. But if you don't come in with the stamp of approval, we're not going to listen to you. David Blatt was one of the winningest coaches internationally, anywhere. Objectively a great coach on every level. He came here, and these guys are like, who the hell are you? And he didn't take the time to build that reputation or that rapport with players. And so they ended up running him out. And he was successful. He was 30-11 when they fired him. So, it sounds unfair, but, man, this happens every year in the NBA. I keep saying it. Your number one ability as a head coach is for people to listen to you. If they don't do that, you're kind of screwed. Now, if the organization is like, yeah, we kind of been trying to move off a Ja anyway, that's a different story for coach. But if that's not the situation, like these are our cornerstones, and one of your cornerstones says, to hell with this, then you haven't done a good enough job selling your vision.
In this specific instance with this specific team and this specific player, when has it ever been Ja's fault? When has Ja ever taken any kind of responsibility?
I mean, I think
the gun thing.
Yeah.
He did?
I mean, it didn't reach satisfactory levels for certain folks.
The second time he did.
Yeah.
The first time, no. The second time, then it was like, yeah.
It's kind of where I want to go with the conversation because Ja Morant had the world by the balls. He was christened as the next guy. Yeah. It had been a while since you had an American basketball player be that kind of star.
So likable.
He had a rocket ship attached to his back. And now several years later, it seems like a bygone era. He had a real opportunity there to be a face of the league, if not the face. And now this is going down a weird Stephon Marbury type of path where you wonder what could have been. Is this guy going to be a journeyman? Or a bunch of teams going to try their hand at seeing if this guy can be that kind of pro?
There are going to be teams that line up for it.
Well, you got one on your shirt. The internet likes to think that this is a perfect fit.
I'm glad you said that because I wouldn't go in that direction, me personally, but the Heat are 1,000% going to try and trade for him.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they're culture fit. What do you think of that?
I think Pat Riley's going to try and hold, but eventually.
Is the other issue, too, is there's no adult in the room in Memphis? Right, you look around Desmond Bane was kind of that guy. Jaren Jackson Jr. not really that guy. Ja Morant not that guy.
They pay you to be the leader of the team. Why can't he be the adult?
But you need, you need good vets in your locker room, guys that are going to make sure that you're on the up and up and doing things the right way. And it feels like Memphis doesn't have that, or at least anybody of note or repute that would actually be worth listening to.
I would say absolutely going back to the original gun thing. There were warning signs leading up to that, notably the incident with the Indiana Pacers and their bus claiming
the loading dock. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I forgot about that one. That was a bad scene.
Those are all things I get it. Again, I'm very much for personal responsibility, and Ja has not behaved the way he should have, and I don't think his supporting circle. I think his father at some point, which is ironic because I remember interviewing Ja Morant before the draft. And we asked him, why do you think you're going to be successful in the league? You came from a small school and all that. And he said, because my father is my biggest hater. And I said, what? He said, my father, all my life, everything I've done. He's like, that's not good enough. You think so? And basically keeping him grounded. And I was like, wow, that's a really cool, interesting dynamic.
He's got Kushlash.
And then it just flipped. The kid makes a draft, it makes a league. And now the father is like a cheerleader. Just let the good times roll. And that was one of those things where I'm like, yo, if your inner circle doesn't have people who check you, that's an issue. Beyond that, every NBA organization, when you get a star player who is a rookie, I say the same thing every single time. No matter how entitled that kid is, the reality is they don't know what the NBA is. They have no idea. Whatever you do, they're going to assume that this is the NBA. So if you come in and act like he's a savior and give him every concession. Let you take the third bus, which I didn't even know existed until recently. Do all these kind of concessions so that they can do whatever they want. You can't then come back later and be like, hey, okay, enough of this. It's my right here. You on my plane. I'll fly it, right? The only thing that seems to reset that for guys is getting traded. Because you go somewhere else, and the new team is like, this is how we do it here. And like, what? But in Memphis, no, we ain't saying Memphis no more, man. And so when you have the kind of precipitous fall that Ja's had in terms of reputation, like you guys said, the guy thought he was going to be the face of the league. He's exciting. And Zaz, I would argue with you, they have been winning. They're like, winning in our league should not be just, did they win a title? No, then shut the hell up.
Oh, but they've been at first round one time.
I mean, but they've had injuries and all that, but they've been winning, right? Like years and years ago, people got upset. I made a De'Aaron Fox comparison to John Morant, and my thing was like, yeah, because De'Aaron Fox doesn't win. You want to talk about a guy who's never won? Like, there it is. Like, John Morant objectively makes his team better. Objectively, they win games. Objectively, he's gotten them to a point. And then from there, like I said, he's let himself down and let everybody else down with some of his behaviors and his actions. But the reality is, he gets to a new situation, they're not going to, unless it's someone more desperate than Memphis, they're not going to put up with that shit. And here is one of those places where they don't put up with that shit. And the beauty of Miami is that the word is out already. It's not like you got traded to, let's say, Charlotte, and it's all right, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Like, oh, shit. But like, wait a second. I played you guys.
Yeah, I know who you guys are. No metal balls are your best guy.
Yeah,
what?
You can't act that way now with me. Like Miami, however good or bad they are as a program winning, you know when you step in the horror stories. Oh, they do the body fat thing. Oh, da-da-da. Like, oh, man, Coach Spo don't play. Like,
well, look, the first thing Blake Griffin said on that Amazon Prime broadcast was he looked right to his left to UD and said you wouldn't allow this if you were still in that locker room, right?
But that's why I go back to Memphis allowing, right? Whether it's teammates, whether it's front office, whether it's the coaching staff. They allowed that to happen. He's messing up like that. Nobody put him in check. No one in his inner circle, no one in the locker room, no one upstairs, no one in the coaching staff, right? Again, I get it. It's his responsibility first before we point any fingers at all these other people. But even as he's messing up, when everybody else just kind of was, John, what are you going to do? Like, as if that's your attitude, you have contributed. You're not the main contributor. He is, but you have absolutely contributed.
Yeah.
The Miami thing is really interesting from multiple perspectives, right? Because you look at that locker room, you look at that organization. It's the perfect place to sort of check him where he is and get him to buy in. But their open offense right now was just implemented by a consultant, Noah LaRouche.
That name sounds familiar.
Noah is the guy who implemented this offense in Memphis. So you can look at it one of two ways.
The offense while Ja was out, right? Like, it was more so when he wasn't playing, no?
I mean, look, it's the offense that they're still playing.
And he's clearly not happy.
Correct.
They made a decision to go to a more motion-based offense last year. I might have added Taylor Jenkins was not the reason they did that. And then Taylor Jenkins ends up getting fired. Him and Noah LaRouche. They were the only two that got fired from the staff because of an offense that they didn't like for some reason. They end up going to more pick-and-roll stuff to end the season, and that's what got them into the playing in the playoffs. But the point remains, the guy who was kind of the brains behind, the architect, I should say, behind that system, was a consultant here in Miami, and for this offense that they're really excited about and it seems to be working, which, regardless of who the architect is, seems to be antithetical from the way that Ja wants to play.
That's exactly right. And so you can look at it one of two ways, right? Either you get him to buy in. He already knows how this offense works because it's been implemented at his previous spot. And it works perfectly because he does seem like the type of athlete and basketball player who can really benefit from this type of offense. Or you're trading for a guy who has out loud said, I don't like the style of basketball that you play, and he becomes a malcontent in a locker room that is getting along in a incredible way right now after dealing with a malcontent last year.
Yeah, it's tough because you found something that's successful and you found great chemistry, and at the same time, you know that this incarnation of the Heat has a ceiling, and that ceiling is not championship, and it's probably not even conference finals.
Heat fans are a living embodiment, though, of a meme. Anytime a superstar is available in this situation, Heat fans will naturally think that it's their time to go whale hunting. But they do make a lot of sense. You look at the teams and the lay of the land, they probably make the most sense in terms of a team that could use his services in a place with a culture that might be strong enough to absorb him at this stage in his development. But it does seem a little risky, and you did just have a superstar nuke your season last year. Despite all we'd point to, hey, we have Bam, he'd be a good leader. I know Jimmy's at a different stage in his career, but they weren't able to corral Jimmy at the end.
Oh, look, it's Peanut Pete, man.
Look at that guy.
Hampton Farms' own Peanut Pete just hanging out in the office.
This is very exciting. He wants to come in.
Does he?
He wants to take part in our nominees today for Nuttiest fan.
What?
Yo, what up, though?
A celebrity in our midst. It's Peanut Pete.
We've been chomping these sweet honey peanuts.
Up,
My God.
I dapped him up. My bad. I should have high-fived.
Let me tell the people, the Nuttiest fan is brought to you by Hampton Farms. Get nutty with Hampton Farms, the official peanut of bowl season. Vote for your favorite Nutty fan at Le Batard Show on Instagram. We have 2 nominees today, both coming from the Colorado Boulders.
Huh.
What?
The Colorado Boulders. I like that team.
The Buffalo.
The Buffaloes.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
There's 2 nominees. We have a fan with a 6-pack.
A fan with a 6-pack?
It should be the Boulders.
It should be the Boulders, right?
Yeah.
So we have a fan here with a 6-pack classic. He shaved his belly hair to
Looks
look
like
like a
Artie
6-pack. And then we have Andy Reid.
Wow.
And then we have Andy Reid.
Wow.
Shirtless.
Whoa.
At the Boulder.
At the Boulders game, yeah.
In Boulder.
Is that Andy Reid?
I think it's Andy Reid. I don't think he would have missed a Colorado Boulders game. I think he would have been there.
Big quarterback change for the Boulders.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a good name.
Can I throw in a third nominee? I know this is supposed to be a football thing, but I got one from college basketball. I don't know if any of you guys saw
Season
this.
starts today. I'm
There
so
it is.
ready.
What do we got here?
Lemoyne against Dillard. Guy goes up, misses the dunk, lands, and then I'm assuming he feigns an injury because he just happens to grab his leg a second later, then limps on the wrong leg, then has to kind of call out. Then he's limping on the other leg now. And as he's going, the crowd is going nuts, including one guy grabbing his knee.
They're on the ground grabbing their leg.
That's a good crowd right there.
We don't have the audio, Zaz.
Crowd going
Oh, that
what?
guy with the look at me, he's limping. He's
They're
got
going?
the leg.
Zaz, we don't have the audio.
I don't know.
What they're saying, I swear to God, you can hear it on the broadcast. They're all yelling, "My leg! My leg!" It's here we go.
He faked the injury. Lord. All over.
Yeah, no,
it's so good.
It is so good. That's what being a good fan is, folks. Not obscenities, not talking about someone's mama or personal stuff. Just ridiculing a guy for what he just
Throwing
did.
yourself on the floor and pretending you also have the same injury he faked.
Not storming the field, throwing yous upside down.
He's limping on the
You
wrong
hear,
leg.
you hear him?
He's wearing different color shoes, too.
That's the thing. When you wear the Kobe Grinches and then the reverse Grinches, you got to make that
you
dunk.
gotta
You
make
cannot
Look at that
sit there
guy.
and not make that
Look at him. Look at him limping.
Those are some
What do we
Nutty
think,
fans.
Peanut Pete? You
That's
like
a
that?
hot crowd.
You like all those, huh? All of them. Look at that. He's very emotive.
Great to finally meet you, Peanut
Yeah.
Pete.
Thanks for all the peanuts.
Love that guy.
Wow. Look at, we got
What flavor
both
did you get?
I got salted and roasted. Kind of like that guy. He got salted and roasted.
Colorado Boulders.
Colorado Boulders. Thanks a lot, Peanut Pete. We appreciate you.
Just loiter around.
Yeah, hang out if you can. Partake. we got breakfast, we got coffee, we got some Coke cans that are always hot somehow by lunchtime.
You already had some.
How does that happen?
See ya.
Why is the soda always warm at lunchtime?
I mean, I was looking at the 2019 NBA draft.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that's the John Morant.
That's the
Zion
one-
Williamson, right?
Yeah,
That's the
not
day I
good.
interviewed him, and he said my dad was is my biggest hater.
I'm going to give you guys the top 10 real quick.
Okay.
Zion went 1.
Okay, yeah.
John
of
Morant
course.
went 2.
Exciting.
Pelicans are 0-7, by the way.
But Pelicans, we need to talk about them later.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We got to talk about them.
I don't think we do.
RJ Barrett went 3.
He's having a little bit of revival.
DeAndre Hunter 4.
Solid.
Solid, not bad. Darius Garland 5.
Yeah, good. All-star, yeah.
Never plays.
Jarrett Culver, not in the league anymore.
Oh,
I think.
my. You went 6?
I like that.
Yeah, he went 6.
Jesus.
Kobe White,
Injured, but also has had a revival
Yep.
of late.
Jackson Hayes,
I guess
Okay,
playing
fine.
for the Lakers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hurt the Heat last night.
Rui Hachimura.
Was he one of the white guys?
No. That's in weekend observations. Please hold on to that thought.
Yeah, please hold. And to round it out at 10, Cam Reddish. So just like a
Also,
not
I
good,
I think
not
he's in the
good
league.
top 10.
Nah, he's in Turkey.
Ooh.
I think he's in Turkey.
Who's a few
Fenerbahce,
picks
I
after
wanna
that?
say.
PJ Washington.
There you go.
And after that?
Jeremy, who do you
Tyler
want to
Hero
say?
right after.
Tyler
Oh,
Hero.
I was gonna say Nick Claxton. Nick Claxton, second round
Nick
pick.
Claxton later on. Yeah,
Daniel
first pick was
Gafford, second round pick.
Ty Jerome.
Ty
First round
Jerome, late first round pick.
Jordan Poole, first round pick.
Jordan Poole, late first round
Speaking
pick.
of the Pelicans.
Oh,
Jerome just
It's just a-
owned the Heat last year in that postseason series.
The thing is that you think about these massive drafts, and it's like next year a big draft for the NBA, and then you kind of do the math 5 years later, and it's like, oh, it was kind of sucked.
Look, I've got
Well,
the draft.
big draft, by the way, only means like it's got 2 or 3 guys at the top who are really good. That's all it means.
This is what I'll do. I've got the picks in front of me, and I'll tell you, Zion went 1, and we all thought he was going to go 1, and I guess people would argue he would still go 1. I would say that I wish his career had been managed better. Again, I know it sounds like I'm absolving the kid and putting it all on the system, whatever, but when a dude comes to a team dinner and orders a pitcher of Coke, not like a Coke, let me do
sign
it
for himself?
a pit just for, you know how like restaurants, when they want to do refills, instead of just keep coming back, they just put a pitcher of
No,
Coke.
what are they, a Pizza Hut? A pitcher of Coke?
A pitcher of Coke, yeah. Like when you see that, like that's ultimately like there's a sign that there's some control issues there. John Morant, still a great player. RJ Barrett struggled with the Knicks, but has had a lot more success in Toronto, kind of growing into who he should have been, which is a guy who should never have the ball in his hands, should be coming off of down screens and playing like a.
Yeah, RJ Barrett's a worthy top 5
Yeah.
pick in a draft.
I'd probably put Garland in front of him.
I would put Garland in front of
RJ Barrett.
Absolutely. Hunter, solid player, but even on draft day, I was like, he's an upperclassman.
He's okay.
He's okay, but he's not.
Just won the national title.
Yeah, but he was just a solid player. Culver, I was like, what? Kobe White was, again, has found himself recently. I don't know if we would consider him a top 10 talent even now. But
Who he play for?
Chicago.
So he's still in Chicago.
Yeah, he's just hurt. He's
The
hurt.
5-0 Chicago Bulls.
Oh, they lost.
Jackson Hayes flamed
Oh,
out.
they did?
Yeah, they lost.
They lost to the Knicks. Yeah.
Ah.
Big win for the Knicks last
Didn't catch that one. Josh Giddey's playing well.
Yes, he is. Playing really well.
He played really well in the season last year.
Yes, he
too.
did. They
Like,
went
he was
15 and 5
playing
to end
really
the season
well.
last year. Yeah. Then it's like you get to Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, Cam Reddish. Like, there were question marks on all of those guys on draft day. Jackson Hayes was like, he's very
Raw, very
raw. Rui Hachimura, he's kind of old and undersized a little bit and not a good shooter at the time. Cam Reddish was like, he's talented, but a kind of a space cadet. Cam Johnson, he's old, but he's reliable. He's actually had a much better career than I thought he would have.
He has.
PJ Washington has really
Solid,
turned out really
yeah,
well.
solid.
Like especially since coming to Dallas.
He's
Tyler
a heat
Hero.
killer.
Tyler Hero's okay. No, he's
We're going through the 2019 draft class instead of talking about Game 7 of the World Series.
It is pretty wild.
This
Tyler
is
Hero
unbelievable.
would look good.
I mean, we were
in a
talking
John
2019
Morant.
NBA draft class.
We're talking about John Morant.
Yeah, talking about John Morant.
Oh, okay.
So if we have to redraft this, right? Who goes 1?
It's still Zion 1 and John Morant.
Really?
You think Zion still goes 1? Knowing what you know?
What? So you're saying Ja would be 1?
I don't even know if Ja would be 1.
Who would it be then?
It would be Ja.
It'd be Ja, man.
It would be Ja.
Ja.
Heroes got a.
He's
not
going
for number 1
1
overall.
Okay, who's 1? Don't give me some.
Who's the best player today? Who's the best at basketball today?
Player for your life.
And we know who the most talented player on that
I'd
list
probably
is.
go Ja 1.
Ja is the most talented player on that list. What's going on with Ja is between the years and his approach to the game.
Well, I mean, you could argue the same thing about Zion, man. You could argue the same
Right.
thing.
But I've
Zion-
seen. I like Ja's ceiling higher than Zion's ceiling.
This is what I would say. Whenever Zion plays, he is legitimately a Hall of Famer.
It could be 2020 if he played and had his head on straight.
He would never be 2020 because he doesn't grab 20
He
rebounds.
doesn't rebound enough.
He doesn't rebound well, which he didn't do in college either, by the way.
If he applied himself, he could grab
If he applied himself, he wouldn't look like the Goodyear Blimp.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
That's what I'm saying.
Stay
He
puft?
applied himself.
He actually, he's in better shape now. But yeah, I think Zion ultimately, because if we're doing caveats about between the years, then I got to go Ja number 1 still. But Zion number 1 still. Ja is right there with him, which is ironic because it's kind of how people felt a little bit on the draft day. But then it's like Darius Garland would be 3.
And Hero 4.
I think Garland and Hero, like, that's a toss-up.
Yeah.
I don't think Garland.
Hero be 3 or 4.
I don't think so. I think I'd rather have Garland than Hero.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even with the injuries, both obviously having
They
injuries.
both have injuries. I'd go with Garland.
Are the Heat about to trade Hero for John Morant?
I don't think so.
The trade works, by the way. I put it in the machine. Trade machine. It works.
Oh, you got that trade
It works.
machine
Let me-
cooking?
Let me pull it up real quick.
I mean, you know about that trade machine?
I mean,
Tell me about it.
Let me ask something. We hear, Andy Ellsberg, the Heat, salary cap, all that stuff. He's amazing at it. Do NBA executives pull up the ESPN trade machine?
No, they have their own in-house proprietary thing that is way more complex and sophisticated. Okay. Now, Real GM, which was the first to have the trade machine, they are one of the proprietary software people. So they have a souped-up version that they license to teams.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, everyone kind of uses something more sophisticated than what we have available.
Good business
to us.
model for them. We get this, we sell it to you.
Great business
you
model.
Use it.
You know
we
who?
get paid.
You know who else had a great business model like that? Little outfit called Draft Express. Yes, we do scouting, and then we sell you scouting reports too. And then they turn around and sell it back to the Australian teams and stuff like that. It's a very, very, very sophisticated hustle that Draft Express was going with.
You got that NBA trade machine?
I got the trade machine rolling, Zaz. There we go. Grizzlies acquired Tyler Hero and Kashad Johnson.
Do we have to give up any picks?
No picks for John Morant straight up. Wow. And it passes.
Yeah, it passes the trade machine.
Passes the trade machine in money.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones where it's like you're holding and holding and holding, and she's already gone. She's left. She's like wait, I'm still holding.
Hello?
I'm still holding.
You guys there? Hello?
Yeah. By myself.
I mean, the Grizzlies would never do that trade without at least a pick or two being involved.
I don't know that the Heat would in this scenario move Hero for Morant simply because of, well, A, they know that Tyler is bought into what they're doing, and that does matter at the moment. But B, all we've heard from all of the at least national reporters and even the local reporters is, the Heat are really interested in having flexibility this offseason.
Tyler with the flexibility.
Flexibility.
Don't
worry about it.
It's the question of whether or not.
When's the last time that flexibility mattered?
Never.
I'm just talking about whether or not you think that committing $42 million and $44 million over the next couple of years to Ja Morant, who presently is all of the things that you just described.
Oh, you don't have to. I mean, look, I'm not in on Ja Morant. I think the Heat are going to be, but me personally, I'm not in on Ja Morant.
This is when people say this, I always fire back with this. How many times, Mike, you can back me up on this, are people like, oh, we don't want him, and then he goes somewhere and it's like, damn, he's pretty good, man. I wish we had kind of gone after him.
Pascal Siakam, one of those.
James Harden.
Where he thought that they were too good for Pascal Siakam. No. We need something bigger than that.
I'm just talking about from what we've heard in terms of what the Heat's approach is planned to be this offseason. Now, they might not have considered that Ja would be available now, and that could change what the thought process would be. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm saying based off of what we know today, it would surprise me if a Hero for Morant move was made. I don't know about the future.
The rebuttal is basically this. You get the flexibility because you hope to add a talent that's as good as Ja Morant.
Exactly.
It's the old Family Guy bit. Like, a boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could be a boat, right? Like, if we're trying to have this flexibility because we're going big game hunting, and here comes big game in the room, and we're like, no, I need this for when I go big game hunting later. And like, I'm big game.
No, but not that big game.
Not that,
Another big game.
Or not big game right now or whatever. And again, the thing that I always remind people, you almost never get a superstar who's happy with his situation. Like, you're always getting someone where things have flamed out a little bit and their prior stop.
Is there a collective package that exists that does not include Tyler Hero? I just wonder, I have the question as to whether or not you can do that, right? Because Norman Powell is here. And he has not been offered an extension either, right? So do you make this move with the idea of, hey, some of those younger guys, Andrew Wiggins, who we all know the Heat at least came into
better
the
not
season
mention Jaime Jaquez, because I'll tell you what, we're going to have a conversation about Jaime Jaquez.
Are you bought in?
We're going to have a conversation
6
about
games
him.
in,
We're going to have a conversation about him?
Cody, I think we're going to have a conversation right now.
VB of the day.
Tony, if we're going
Zaz?
to talk MVP,
I care about you, Zaz.
we better have a conversation about Jaime Jaquez Jr. He better be in the conversation for MVP. Do you understand what he's... Last night, Jaime Jaquez, 31 points, 8 rebounds off the bench. He was 11 of 16 from the floor. Do you understand? He went to the free throw line 13 times.
We don't need Ja Morant. We got Ja Morant.
If we're going to talk about MVP, better have a conversation about Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Got a great plus minus on the season, too.
Of course he does.
Those stats are crazy.
A win would have been nice.
That's a tough trade.
Come on.
No, Norm Powell. No
You
time to
win. You care about wins and losses right now? What's wrong with you?
Dude, how crazy is Luka?
That's why he's my MVP.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something. You know what?
Of the day!
All right. Luka, I got a stat of the day. You know what? Pull up the stat of the day music. This is the insane thing.
Start of the day, start of the day. It is here, start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is here, start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is here, start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is here, start of the day.
Shout out to Outkast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, they produced that one for us. Yeah.
Big Boy Andre
Dungeon
2000
Family,
did our...
yeah. Thanks. Luka Doncic is averaging 41 points a game through 4 games, right?
What's he ever done?
This is the craziest part of this. Somehow that's not crazy to me. What's crazy to me is he's shooting 78% on 2-point field goals. Everything inside the 3-point arc, he's shooting 78%. That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane. And let's just say, how many attempts? 13 attempts a game. He's not missing. Like, your best hope as a defender right now is that he says, I'm going to try this 3-pointer.
A step back one at that.
A step back one at that.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Oh, man.
His plan has backfired.
Go on.
His plan has backfired in a big way. Sciatica, no one believes that. LeBron doesn't have sciatica. All right, your grandma has sciatica. LeBron doesn't have sciatica.
I have sciatica.
He's sitting there on the bench like a gargoyle, expecting this Laker team to stink with his phony sciatica holdout. So he returns. Oh, thank God. You see how important I am? The Lakers are 5-2, while LeBron is sitting back and watching.
Look at this.
This has backfired on LeBron in
the
a
Heat
big
back?
way.
All it took was getting rid of Rozier. I told you. Now we got to choose between LeBron and Ja Morant.
Well, what's crazy is that now also you can't use Rozier as part of the salary filler in any of these moves.
The Heat are being
That's the part.
punished.
They're
Yep.
being absolutely screwed.
I'm glad you brought
by
that
the
up
NBA.
because I heard, this is so good for the Heat. Now I'm like, no, this is bad for
This
the
is a
Heat.
nightmare. This is the worst case scenario. You're not only not getting any of the picks
You're
back,
stuck
you're not
like
getting
Chuck.
anything. You're stuck. You can't move him. And that was kind of the only reason I think you hold on to Rozier going into this season was to be able to make a move at the deadline where you can use that salary, and now that's gone.
Barry Jackson asked all the relevant questions, which is, how much did everyone know? Did the league know? Did the Hornets know? This is at the time of the trade. Did
Of course
they know?
they knew.
Seems like everybody knew, except the Heat.
And if they knew, then there's kind of gross negligence by the NBA to not have the Heat informed on that, because not only, like you said, the giving up of the picks, but like the insolvency. I can't cut him because he's just going to sit on my books.
Yep.
And I can't trade him
Yep.
because he's just off the table now. What am I supposed to do?
You just have to put money in an escrow account. That's all you're allowed to do.
Got another trade machine.
Yeah.
Draw Morant.
Draw Morant.
Draw Morant.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins and Nikola Jovic
Who we getting?
for John Morant.
Okay, hold
Andrew
on.
Wiggins and Jovic.
Wiggins and
hold on.
Jovic.
Look,
for
Jeremy,
Morant.
you know what Jeremy just did? He tried to hold. But you gave him that one, and this is exactly. Yeah, it happens.
I'm intrigued. I want Ja Morant.
Mike, get on that. Notepad, paper.
Colorado Boulders.
What a day in Kingsport. Wow, thank you. Someone's calling us already on
Was
the
that
Zoom.
Skype?
Was that was that a Skype call?
I like that as a rejoin.
I was
Dun, 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 dun.
Quite unsettling.
Yes.
Anyways, the universe already ended.
scary.
What year is it?
The universe already ended. We're just living in its echo. Hey, great day in the NFL yesterday. Those games, Bears, Bengals, Chiefs, Bills. Zaz, you saw those games?
Of course, I see everything.
Oh, my.
Sports. I wish I was there in those stadiums. And sometimes, certainly with Chiefs and Bills, there's only one way to get in that stadium.
How?
By taking the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with the GameTime app. That's right. You download the GameTime app, you create an account, and you use code Dan for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Swipe, tap, ticket, go.
Awesome. That's a tremendous read by Mike Ryan.
Look, I navigated adversity there.
You did.
With no penalties.
Why did I say one time?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
He's like, he goes, one place to go. I go, one time.
Are you Wyclef?
I meant
Cody.
2 times.
I meant one place. I was trying to, buoy Mike.
One time.
Yeah, boy.
You're No, I'm Wyclef. I'm gone till November.
Zaz.
Yeah.
Your kid, it cost him a lot of money, didn't you?
Oh, man. So yesterday, I got home from Jacksonville yesterday, late morning yesterday. I was at the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
They don't call it that anymore.
Yeah, they changed it.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? I make my own rules, Mike.
That's nice. That's an unfortunate call that Florida got there. That was a catch.
Right. Well, which was clearer? The foot on the plate in the World Series or the no catch?
That was a clear catch.
It seemed like a catch, right?
They got robbed.
It was also a clear out at home plate.
Yes, it was. No, we have video. We have video of the planting foot. Of the planting foot of Will Smith behind the plate.
You guys
can
don't.
see very obviously
Three
he
dimensions.
digs right into the plate.
3 dimensions.
I also cannot believe we are in the 3rd hour of this show, and the only World Series Game 7 that we have discussed is whether or not this play was safe or out, when there were some of the most amazing moments I've ever seen in a baseball game.
Jeremy, we can circle back to it. You interrupted Zaslow, and I don't like that.
Thank you, Mike.
Be respectful.
About time somebody said that. So I got back from Jacksonville late yesterday morning. Couple hours out. I'm sitting on the couch in the Zaslow Mansion family room. I'm enjoying a little football. I like that the Dolphins aren't playing, so it's a nice day. And my son sends me a text message. And I haven't heard from him all weekend. He's almost 17. He sends me a text message. All it says is, "You're a terrorist." That's all it says. He's calling me a terrorist.
Extreme.
All right? And I'm thinking about it for a second.
What terror have you reigned?
And then I realize what I did. I just right back, I go, oh no.
What'd you do?
So my son was in a survivor pool. All right. A lot of money here. All right. It was one of those survivor pools. A lot of people. There was about 170 some odd people in it, and it was $100 per person. You do the math. Grand prize, $17,000.
Holy hell!
All right, yeah, $17,000. And going into this week, the 170 person pool was whittled down to 20 something. Oh no! And he's one of the 20 something. And so earlier in the week, he's trying to, and he's planning. All right, if I do this here, I do this next week, I do this next week.
No.
And I'm like, don't plan. You just got to survive week to week, all right? Just take the best team possible. Do it next week, the next week, all right? So my son says, he goes, I want to take the Ravens over the Dolphins. And I'm like, no, don't. It's the road team. They give up the terrible defense.
What do you know?
Well, that's really what it boils down to is I don't know anything about sports.
Of course
and
not.
So I'm steering him off the Ravens on Thursday night. It's weird. Weird things happen Thursday night football, And he's like, all right, well, who would you go with? And you say it, Chris. Who did I tell him to go with?
Had to be the Packers.
Had to be the Packers. Oh, no. So I steered him in the direction of the Packers. And that's, I put 2 and 2 together. And that's why he texted me, you're a terrorist.
That field goal must have been like a stab in the heart.
$17,000.
Oh, my God.
I felt bad.
You know what? What's more egregious? To tell him to pick the team that ended up losing or to talk him off of picking the team that ended up winning?
Right, I did both.
Have you been helping him every week? Or is this the first time you came in?
No, it's like the first time. No, because every week, I'm like, hey, did you survive your pool? You survived. And every week he comes to me really proud. He's like, I know what I'm doing this coming week. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm like, all right, sounds great, man. Good luck. And then this week, finally, because it involved the Dolphins, and I feel like I know something. Because I don't know. I don't even follow sports. And so I was like, nah, don't do it. Don't. It was like the first week I gave him advice. And
Osama bin Zaslin over here.
I hadn't spoken to him all weekend. Just, you're a terrorist.
Yes, you are. You are of the highest order.
I felt bad.
You should be on a watch list.
It's a lot of money.
I want to see what he planned, and if what he planned goes accordingly and he wins out,
oh my God,
you owe him $17,000.
You do.
That'll be interesting, right?
Because he picked the Ravens this week. That's what he wanted to pick. You talked him off.
Yep.
He wanted to pick the Ravens this week.
He wanted to save the Packers.
Text your son and tell him, hey, who would have been the next couple of weeks?
Show me the plan.
Yep.
All right, I will.
Get the plan, and let's put it up there, and let's see what happens. Because if he does and he wins out, you owe him $70,000.
In cash.
It's a lot of money for a 17-year-old.
It is. I would not feel comfortable with my kid having $17,000 just out of the blue.
Well, he's not going to walk around with it in his pocket. I mean, what do you think is going to happen?
What do you think is going to happen?
He's going to put it in a bank in his bank
You
account.
think he's going to put it in a bank account? Have you not been 17
What's he going to do? He's
before?
going to have it under the mattress?
17 years old, I would have been doing so much ignorant with that.
Want to make it clear, $17,000, a lot for any of us. Would be really nice to have $17,000.
But we're adults. 17 years old, you give me $17,000.
That's like $1 million.
You exactly.
Just have a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, he must have thought it's like an incredible amount of money that his father just...
I'd be like James Franklin planning like a wild trip. You see him, Tony? See the vacation? The
I
post-firing
did.
vacation?
Not
Me
as
and Tony...
Not as good as what I'd like, though.
We love talking about the rich coaches with their, like, we just got fired.
Oh, it's the dream. Get
where are
fired
we
from
gonna
a
go?
Power
Everyone
4?
thinks their life stinks. Oh, I have no time. I have no job now. I have all this money and we saw it was at Greece. He was on some like lake in Greece.
Brian Kelly has $54 million.
Think about the trip you're planning.
And I was like, you know what his Fridays used to be like? Hold on, let me watch some more film. Hello, are you up? Oh, no, we have to do this.
Nothing to do.
Now, Friday?
You just hit
Exactly right.
Journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
You're good. It works. I mean, go.
Brian Kelly's having the time of his life. If I'm Brian Kelly, I've got all types of performers over like I'm Paul Pierce, just living my life on a live stream, asking them what website you came from.
Paul Pierce has been celebrating that one championship since.
Man, if you're Paul Pierce, you've got to say to yourself that I didn't want to talk about Paul Pierce right now. I got distracted because I had to hit the button. If you're Brian Kelly, though.
Paul Pierce right now. Paul Pierce is like, what?
If you're Paul Pierce, you're like, why isn't he talking about me? But if you're Brian Kelly.
Two guys that suck.
You got rattled just like Mike earlier.
I did get rattled because
One time.
Now do it with a Skype call. And your world being over.
I love that ringtone, man. No, I mean, like, being a fired coach with a buyout.
Oh, the dream.
But that's how you know they're sickos. I'm like, why would you ever go back? You give me $54 million right now.
James Franklin in his first interview the next week after his fire says, I can't wait to get right back in the mix.
I will walk. I swear to God, you give me $54 million right now, I will quit on the spot. Just walk out. Walk. I'll walk to the airport. You see what I mean? You get $54 million. You can't take an Uber, though. You got to walk to the airport.
Like midnight run?
Yep. Barefoot. I'll do it.
You know the way, though. I mean, you got there pretty fast.
Yeah.
I'd be so tired.
It's traffic. I'm fast in the traffic. I'll be tired. You know what else I'll be? $54 million richer. Come on, man. Why do y'all feel bad for these people? For any of them? Yeah, I know Dan sits here tries to humanize people. Today we're doing something different. The substitute teacher's out of control.
We're dehumanizing
We're going to
people.
dehumanize these people. They're rich as man. What are we doing? What are we doing?
You're complaining, you're sad you got fired.
It's not fair. I went to the national championship game last year. Well, yeah, guess where you went now? I'd rather be in Greece than the national championship game. How about that?
Mykonos is great this time of year, by
God.
the way. I know you've been to Mykonos, Mike.
He went to the game before the game.
Whatever.
It's the Orange Bowl.
Where he went. Where he's at now. An interview the next week?
Yeah.
You out of your mind?
Yeah.
Now I see why he didn't want to come do our show the next week.
Of
James
course.
Franklin.
Because he's still trying to be serious. I have a job to do. Yeah, I don't have it yet, but I'll do it. So what happened in the World Series?
There we go. Circling back. The Dodgers threw $300 million out there in the final innings of Game 7 of the World Series, and everyone's supposed to say, hey, this sport's okay.
Hold on. Yoshinobu Yamamoto doing what he did, going from a Game 6 start the night before where he gives up 1 run in 6 innings and they win the game, to come back out the next night and dominate a Blue Jays lineup that had been great. I'll pull up the stats in just a second. The difference between when they were facing every other pitcher on the Dodgers and facing Yoshinobu Yamamoto is extraordinary. I believe he gave up 2 runs in 17 and 2/3 innings, and otherwise they scored 31 runs in the series or something like that. I'll gather the numbers now.
I have a theory, by the way. The whole pitchers can't pitch back-to-back days thing, it's all bullshit.
Well, they'll get hurt in the long run.
These guys have successfully negotiated. They talk about load management in our sport. These guys, whole position, all you do is load manage. Oh, I pitched 2 days ago. I can possibly.
I'll see you in 5 days. I'll see you in a week.
It's like, honey, can you open this jar? No, I have to pitch in 3 days.
Well, no,
I can't use this at all for anything.
They could pitch 2 days later. The starters can't start 2 days. Like, you can't expect them to go 6 innings 2 days later. You could pitch 2 days later.
You play the sport, man.
You're going to get hurt if you do that.
Oh,
with the way these guys
so
are
now
going.
we care when they get hurt, huh? Kawhi Leonard,
they
Kawhi
invest
Leonard
a lot
is
of money.
very intrigued now. Kawhi Leonard, now it matters. Oh,
I never had an issue with load
he might get
management.
hurt. He might get hurt. Like
17 and 2/3 innings for the Blue Jays offense against Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
You just say Yamamoto.
2 runs. Blue Jays offense versus every other Dodgers pitcher. 56 and a third innings, 32 runs. That's the difference. That's why he's the MVP. Because not only did he have that type of dominance, he gets 3 road wins. 3 road wins. He gets the Game 2 win, he gets the Game 6 win, he gets the Game 7 win. That is one of the best World Series performances we've ever seen. And from a pitcher, maybe Madison Bumgarner is like the only other example that we can look at this century. You know, you have Randy Johnson. There's other great ones, but
like I was
Josh Beckett.
Man,
you're preaching to someone who saw Randy Johnson pitch 800 times in a 5-game series.
I thought you were going to say hit a bird.
And that too. You know what the most incredible thing? I bring this up every time when we talk about this bird. It didn't like get hit and then fall down. It disintegrated. Like a cartoon.
Ceased to exist.
Exploded.
It just feathers. Like Daffy Duck getting shot. Like it was, I've never seen anything like it since. It's incredible.
I'll tell you though, but that World Series Saturday night, man.
So good.
If I'm a Blue Jays fan,
Oof.
I really question why I care about sports. I'm being serious about that.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a Blue Jays fan, I'm obviously I'm catatonic. It's the worst moment of my life, and I don't even know how I'm going to recover. That's as brutal as it gets if you're a sports fan, and I really do. It makes me. Everyone's like, "Oh, Game 7, it's the greatest thing in sports." It makes me question why we care about sports when that ends up being the end result. Because all of those people there in that stadium, and all over the country for that matter, it was like the worst moment of their life when that game ended. I don't know how you come back. I really felt bad. I don't know how you come back from that as a fan.
And not again, I watch the Maple Leafs.
Oh, that low blow.
You have the play at the plate inches away from winning the World
It's the
Series.
worst.
Vlad Jr. just misses having a walk-off.
They were 2 outs away from the World Series, and now it's just like, all right, it never even happened.
Why are you poo-pooing? Like, he just missed it.
This World Series is going to have a pretty big impact beyond just what we saw there. And I know that they had superstars in this game that will help grow the game, but Tim Kirchin, I saw his post-game comments about how the Blue Jays might have changed the sport forever. I mean, go figure. Guys at the bottom of the lineup just trying to put the bat on the ball. Like, they're a little bit of a throwback team, and they have some of these new school elements where you have guys just taking porn hacks at the top there. But the roster construction around Toronto does give people a chance, even though you ran into like a $2 billion roster.
Well, but also the old school method, bunting the guy over in the 11th and giving away the out. Like, that's, I think,
I'm sorry.
fly.
What kind of hacks did you say?
porn hacks.
That's what I thought I heard.
I felt so good for those people. What was it, early in the game when you get the 3-run home? Like, oh my God, they're so happy. They're so excited. This is so cool. And for it to end the way it did, that's
former
the worst,
Marlin,
man.
By the way,
Miguel Rojas.
Not even the most brutal championship lost over the weekend.
Oh, what happened?
Oh my gosh!
He's got his gear
I know
head
you
on.
guys weren't watching the Cup Series finale from Phoenix, but Denny Hamlin, storylines galore, racer for Joe Gibbs Racing, owner of 2311, Michael Jordan's team that is presently suing NASCAR. His dad, terminally ill, never has won a championship, Denny Hamlin, and it was all right there for him. He's basically the Buffalo Bills of this sport. He has won damn near 60 times, won at Daytona multiple times, but he has never won a Cup Series championship.
I'm never going to understand. He races for one team but owns another?
It's crazy. Anywho. Guy's dominating the race at Phoenix. Dominant. Leading lap after lap after lap. There are only three other drivers that are eligible to win this championship in this race. You have Kyle Larson, you have William Byron, and you have Chase Briscoe. Briscoe has a bad car, battles, but doesn't figure into the finish. You have William Byron, and you have Kyle Larson, teammates at Hendrick Motorsports. Denny Hamlin dominating. He's 4 laps away. He is leading the pack by multiple seconds.
What happened?
William Byron blows a tire. And it brings about a caution. Denny Hamlin has to change all 4 tires. So it goes in the pit. Kyle Larson takes the gamble, was basically on 2 bad left tires the entire final stage of that race, just kept changing the 2 tires on the right side. You go to a restart, Kyle Larson holds position. Denny Hamlin devastated. Just in his car. He found a way to look crestfallen with a helmet on. That's hard to do. And you had one of the... It was really gripping television.
Did he do something wrong? Could he have done something different?
Nothing wrong, man. It's just how random that sport could be. Kyle Larson... He wasn't leading any laps. He was a lap down at one point. It was an incredible comeback for Kyle Larson, but Denny Hamlin, you feel bad. I'm a big Kyle Larson fan. I'm rocking the 5 hat right now. I was rooting for Denny. I was rooting for Denny Hamlin because of all the reasons that I laid out. I wanted to see the France family hand him that Cup Series championship. I wanted him to finally get that monkey off his back and win a Cup Series championship. Instead, what you had was absolute joy on one side of the split screen and damn near the saddest an individual has ever looked in their entire life competing in motorsports.
As you know what they say?
I do.
Thems be the brakes. Get it? Like in a car. Brakes be RKE. It's a NASCAR joke. Oh. What do you guys know about funny?
You've been out to that race in Phoenix before, right?
I have, yeah. It's fun, man. Going in person is fun.
I mean, there's a time in that track, there's one section where it dog legs where you can get like 7 wide. And you had one of those restarts there, and it allows for something random. But if William Byron never gets that flat tire, Denny Hamlin finally gets to win that championship, and you have one of the cooler celebrations and cooler moments in sports this year. Instead, your heart breaks for the guy.
This is, see, as you asked the question, this is why. This is why. That heartbreak sets the tone and gives it a texture and a patina that is you only get it in sports. You can't get it from fiction. It's the only way you could do it from live, uninterrupted drama. Think about it like this. Think about how San Antonio felt when Ray Allen hit that shot. That sadness is, I would say, equivalent to what the Blue Jays felt, what Denny Hamlin
they had
felt.
another game. Spurs in that
Yeah.
spot. But
What you were saying about Blue Jays fans, like Denny Hamlin, it was pulsating off of him. Like, why am I doing this?
Well, but at least it's his job, all right? If you're a fan, then it's really, why do I care about this? Why am I letting this ruin my life right now? That's how I felt for the Blue Jays fans. You know how awful those people feel, man, when they're leaving the stadium on Saturday night?
I think Mike knows how
terrible
awful.
for them.
Mike's pretty familiar how awful it is.
Yeah, no, my life is over.
Well, there's also like not a world.
32 years,
There's
man.
not a world where any of them are watching Miguel Rojas, right? Because Ohtani's up next. So you're all thinking like, oh, God, with 2 outs, it's going to be Ohtani. What are we going to do? They're going to get Rojas here. And then Miguel Rojas joins Bill Mazeroski as the second player ever with a game-tying or go-ahead homer in the 9th inning or later of a winner-take-all game in the World Series. Like, it was so improbable that he would play the type of role he did. He didn't play for the first 5 games. And then he comes in Game 6 and has that scoop at second on the double play that almost went underappreciated because of how great it was that the play was made in left field with the jump that was made. But for him to have that scoop and then hit the homer and then be the guy at second base with the infield in to make the throw home that gets the runner at home
after
plate.
tripping too. Because he had tripped and fallen back and then gained his composure and threw it back.
It was so cool to see a guy who, started his career with the Dodgers, has just basically been a role player his whole career, was elevated to a leadership position in Miami. We all know that kind of ended in an ugly way if you listen to the show with how it went down with Jazz. But for him to now end up back in L.A. and to contribute in that way after not being a piece of that team throughout most of the postseason, it was so improbable. And it kind of feels like baseball is the only sport where that specific thing happens.
Is there anybody who woke up today, who last night, or Saturday night, excuse me, was like, oh my God, I've been saved, more than Kike Hernandez? Because that MFR almost blew the whole thing.
You don't think he catches it?
Absolutely not.
Really? Sometimes those guys pull that out.
Absolutely not.
Incredibly hard catch. Willie Mays over the shoulder.
Absolutely.
They usually, if they can get a glove on it, they catch it.
He was
turned around.
so
I'm with you.
lost in the sauce, man.
I love the center fielder's just like, I'm running over you.
You could see the look on his eyes, like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and then collision course. Oh my God.
To the point that Mike was making, when they threw $300 million in the last couple innings, the guys that really stepped up for the Dodgers were the guys that weren't paid all this money, right? Miguel Rojas was not paid a ton of money.
Catcher.
Hit the home run. Will Smith, who's probably the MVP if it wasn't Yamamoto, with how good he played, caught basically 8 games worth in 7 games. And then on top of that, Baez, who couldn't get the bat on the ball to save his effing life, makes one of the most incredible plays, flying over from like 100 yards away in center field to make a grab, basically mossing his own player to get that catch. Like, that was huge.
No doubt, but also $300 million.
No, but also, Mike, $300 million, but it took extra innings in Game 7 for them to beat.
And coming back in Game 6.
To me, I'm always a believer. Number one, super teams are good for sports because it gives you.
The Dodgers are definitely really good for baseball.
They're good for baseball.
Really good.
They make you tune in. And by the way, you're not just tuning in because you're rooting for them to lose. You're tuning in because pretty damn interesting, like seeing the dude that pitches 10 innings and knocks out 3 home runs.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind that Game 7 probably does not happen without that ground rule double in Game 6.
I hate that rule, the ground rule double. You're telling me
that's their rule.
But that outfielder, he can't grab the ball out.
No, you
can't.
can't.
Hands up, buddy.
Oh, please.
They teach you that in Little League. You didn't play Little League over there?
Grab the ball.
You can try to, but if it's stuck.
Try to. He can't get out. Are you kidding me?
But what should happen if he tries to grab it? If he tries to grab it and can't.
Then you
and the run scores.
Then you put your arms up.
No,
he
that's
didn't
not
even
how
try.
it works. That
I clearly know that's not how it works. But try and get the ball out. Why can't you get the ball? Get the ball.
You're taught. Throw those hands up as soon as you see that ball stuck, because you can end up in that.
It's an advantage for the fielder
situation.
in that spot. Then try and get the ball out.
Isn't it more of an advantage for the runner, because if you're out
no,
there,
the runs would have scored.
But I'm just saying you're fumbling in the thing.
One of the runs would have scored.
I don't know, man. But my point is this: number one,
I can't get it. I get so edged. I can't get it.
It's just wild. The manager of the Blue Jays says, "I've been here for years, never seen that happen," and then it happens in one of the biggest moments.
Yeah. It happens.
I don't think I'm using hyperbole when I
Dems be the breaks.
It feels like it was the greatest World Series ever because look,
we were talking. I can't think
game
of a better
one. Nobody expects the Blue Jays to win, and they win at 5-1. It's like, oh my God, Blue Jays, maybe they could do this, And then you get to Game 3, and it's an 18-inning game, and the Dodgers are up 2-1, and they got the next 2 games at home. But oh no, the Blue Jays win both of those games, and then you get the finish to Game 6, so the Dodgers force a Game 7, and just an all-time classic Game 7. It feels like the greatest World Series ever.
2001 was pretty good. Yankees lost, but it was a fun series. And again, that last game and seeing those assholes come up on the mound and then seeing Mariano Rivera, and that's supposed to be that's it. Mariano Rivera, you hear Enter the Sandman.
Well, Byung-Hyun Kim, for that matter, too, was like the best closer in baseball that year, and he blew 2 games in that series?
Well, there are outside influences that kind of heightened the game.
Well,
the Yankees became America's team.
Oh, it's 9/11 now.
Cubs Cleveland was pretty huge. You had both teams going a very long time without winning a championship. There's a rain delay. Goes to extras.
Was the whole series? Was it the major drama of that whole series?
Brother, you're asking me questions that I can't answer.
It's a 7-game series where you have the Cubs, right, as this team that hasn't won in 108 years. So there's drama inherently with every single pitch. But that was the difference in this series to me, was everyone who we spoke to, like Tony, you're watching this with bated breath.
Buddy, I'm locked in.
Because every single pitch felt like it was such an important... Well, yeah, of course.
Whoa.
But there was such an important moment with every single pitch. Outside of once it became 11-4 in the first game, it felt like the series could swing at any given moment. And to watch the Dodgers go into Toronto and do what they did with Yamamoto being this huge piece, to think that Shohei Ohtani started multiple games, has, I believe, 3 hits in the final game of the series in Game 7, starting on the mound in that game, has a game where he reaches base 9 times, the first player in any game to do it, has 3 home runs in the series, and he wasn't even the best Japanese player on the Dodgers. That's how great Yamamoto was.
It was wild after the game to see A-Rod at the desk when they get Ohtani there for an interview, asking him for an autograph, and it's seeming like it's A-Rod here, and he's just like, this is a moment here. Like, can you sign? I think it was like his card from his like on set. It was just some card, but just it was really cool seeing him.
You know what? If I could just add real quick, that cheater sucks on that podcast.
Still sucks.
Let me say that
right?
about that little A-Rod story. You know what that was, right?
Just 'cause
For A-Rod, like, dog, you can do this at any time. You're A-Rod. You can do this at any time. I'm going to do it in the middle of the broadcast.
was at the end of the interview when they're saying bye, and it was just more like, I want to document this.
So they're
like,
going by, you mean like the part where they throw to a commercial or someone somewhere else, but then he could just wait like, oh, Shohei, before you go, can you sign this?
True.
No, I'm going to do it while it's on
You don't
camera.
wanna miss it.
You know why? Because he's trying to have A-Rod. It's like passing the torch or whatever. Get out of here.
it seemed genuine to me.
None of this. With A-Rod?
I know, and I get it. A-Rod is the least genuine, but just that moment, it seemed like he was just like, this is really cool.
What did Jeter have? Just a sourpuss face on the sideline?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So, not that good.
Yeah.
Hey, watch yourself, man.
Derek
captain.
Jeter.
That's the captain, man.
Hey, we did 3 in a row. You did 2. We did 3.
Pretty much. I mean, look, like you.
Not even that good. You guys
want to
aren't
stack it
that
up. You want to stack it up.
good. Asterisks in the 2020 years, too.
I was a shortstop, but that means I'm good at everything.
Pretty much.
Half of a championship. Didn't even win a full
Also,
one.
he had the thing where he fell into the thing and he cut his face. Remember that?
Derek Jeter.
I didn't even have to do that. I could have just caught the ball and not fell over.
No, man.
Project Wolverine.
All right. Enough baseball. Are you happy,
Enough
Jeremy?
baseball.
Are you happy?
There's never enough baseball.
Well,
Not with that
That was
series.
enough baseball. This baseball talk is over.
Oh, man.
Tony, what happened on
That's
the
it?
train?
Really, for real? The end of the season?
Listen, I know that a former cast member would do a segment called The Pickle. And I'm going to revive that
Hi, movie
segment.
theater sells pickles.
Oh, yeah?
Really? How much?
$2.99.
That's a hell of a deal.
So, I'm going to bring back the pickle. Here it is. Let's go. All right. I've got a bit of a pickle. You know, I'm a public transportation man of the people.
Yeah.
And sometimes the train giveth, and sometimes the train taketh away, gentlemen. I was in a bit of a rock and a hard place situation where I was on the train.
Okay.
Packed, okay, on the way home. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, the guy in front of me smells terrible.
Oh, he stank.
He stinks. He stinks bad.
Like BO or fart?
Like all of it. Just not good.
Yeah.
Just not good, right? The problem is, lady behind me, so I'm standing up because the train is packed. Guy next to me,
She thought it was you.
Lady behind me, too much perfume. So I'm in a rock and a hard place, and the pickle is, do I lean over to the guy that smells like or do I lean into the lady that's got a little bit too much perfume and it's actually like tearing my eyes, but she's got like tear gas on?
Give me the tear gas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was stuck, so I was trying to like hold my breath, but imagine it's a
No.
17-minute train ride from Government Center down to Dayland.
There's
I can't
nothing
hold my
worse
breath
than
for
having
17
to
minutes.
smell the BO. There's nothing worse.
Yeah, no, but it was packed. Mike said switch carts.
Switch carts.
Here's the thing. The moment I get out of that cart,
Yep.
they're going to close the doors. They're going to zoom off. I can't have that.
Number
I need to
one.
stick it.
Number two, the other problem, you're on a seat. Switch cars. May not have a seat. Might have to stand for that 17 minutes. You got a seat.
You can go in between the carts, too.
No, I don't like doing the in between the carts.
You
thing.
can't risk
You
the
feel like
seat.
it's a Final Destination scenario?
Yeah, again, not just Subway over in New York,
Yeah.
different store. You can kind of get in and out.
all the time.
This is
watch-
the Metro Rail in Miami, baby. I don't know if people can go through
You ever
that.
watch
I don't know.
Under Siege 2, Dark Territory?
I haven't.
You can do it with these.
Do you guys, is this a thing when we were kids in high school, like riding in between the cars was the coolest thing? Like you didn't, not just passing between cars.
Yeah.
You used to hang out there. Like the reason why they have all those
You were
signs.
dangerous, man.
Yeah, but like the reason they have all those signs in New York City subways, like you're not allowed to do that, is because of us. Like our generation in
So
high
cool.
school, we were just there hanging out.
Cool
and
kids.
you know what? Here's the best part, Mike. Having conversations, but all the conversations have to be like this because
what?
it's so goddamn loud. You're outside of a train in a tunnel.
You guys are so cool.
Yeah, man.
So you guys are taking the too perfumed old lady over the BO'd guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys in here?
Fairly obvious, no?
No one's taking BO, Tony.
Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, but
Juju, put it on the poll.
How about Under Siege 1 when Erica Eleniak came out of that birthday cake?
Juju, don't put
We don't
that.
talk about
incredible.
that enough.
That is a where were you type of moment.
We don't talk about that enough.
No.
Juju, put it on the poll.
I found myself.
Would you rather lean into the guy with the BO or lean into the woman with the too much perfume on?
Way too much perfume.
Way too much perfume on.
It was tough though. I decided to stay in my center.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't go one way or the other. I stayed in the center and just tried to. Every time the door would open, I'd go.
Kind of imagine Seagal and Under Siege 2 is like, imagine my luck.
Again. Or he's like, it's happening again.
Like John McClane.
Well, like, yeah. Or Sandra Bullock in Speed 2 Cruise Control. It's just like, how often?
Trying to go on a cruise.
I mean, I'm taking unconventional methods of transportation here. How does this keep happening?
I think it's more about Liam Neeson and Taken. I mean, at some point we got to realize, buddy, you're a bad father. How about you protect your family? Why are they always getting taken?
He did bring his daughter to the bear. Taken 3, right? The panda bear knocks on the door and she opens it. And it's just a panda bear, and then he because he's a hell of a dad. He got a kid.
Well, ultimately the wife got killed.
At least with John Connor,
it's not his
it
wife
makes
anymore.
sense.
Ex-wife.
With John Connor, it makes sense because, like, we know time travel is real.
Yeah.
So you might as well take as many lottery tickets as you can to try to kill the kid.
Mike, I showed my kids Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, how about that movie?
Live, Die, Repeat.
No, it's always Edge of Tomorrow. Show them Edge of Tomorrow.
How about Live, Die, Repeat?
And then we went back to back.
But how about Live, Die, Repeat?
I will never acknowledge that name.
Live, Die, Repeat. Such a better name.
Live,
Then
Die,
Edge
Repeat.
of Tomorrow?
Yes.
The Edge of Tomorrow.
But what does that even mean, Edge of Tomorrow?
I don't know what Edge of Tomorrow
Like around
means.
midnight?
It's like, exactly. It's like tomorrow's about to happen,
No.
but it never happens.
But
you
I
know
like
why?
Live, Die, Repeat.
Because you're edging.
Because you're edging.
Exactly.
Well, call it edging.
Edging tomorrow.
Edging tomorrow.
Okay.
One time.
Them's be the breaks. But we went back to back. You know what we did after Edge of Tomorrow?
Speaking of going back to back, those Dodgers, huh?
No. Groundhog Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Groundhog Day. And it hurt me. Kids like Groundhog Day better.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's
was
just
like-
easier to understand.
Edge of Tomorrow's easy to understand.
Not if you're a kid.
No. They're
Kids
old
are
enough.
stupid.
They
It's the edge of tomorrow.
Yeah.
What do you not get about
It
that?
gets a reset. Every time you think it's tomorrow, nope. You wake up.
It's today.
It's Groundhog's Day.
Well, that too.
But then when you go to sleep and then you wake up and it's the same
Yeah.
thing, right? That's the difference.
This one, he's dying.
You know what I'm fascinated by? Franchises that make a boatload of money overseas that don't make any sense to have sequels here in the States.
Like the Dodgers.
Now you see me.
Dude.
Now they got number 3.
Yeah, why are we
Now
doing
you see
this?
me. Now you don't.
Why are we doing this?
Because it's a big franchise overseas. Europeans love magic.
Can I mention?
The Chinese love magic.
Can I mention this Jesse Eisenberg? He's willing to do all these Now You See Me movies. He won't return for the Facebook movie?
It's a little wild. It's a little wild. I guess he knows that no one in the States is watching it. It's like the A-list actors that went over to Asia to film a commercial because they never thought that the internet would be a thing.
You know when his career started to go downhill, right? Was when he did Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. That little end credit scene, ding 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 ding. I was like,
Red coats are coming.
He went from like, the hot Hollywood actor, quirky, but does dramas and all that, to you're just a joke.
Man, he kind of had the career comeback though.
With what?
With
Now
the
You See
award
Me?
season. Kieran Culkin won Best Supporting
That's a good
Actor
movie.
on that movie about the young Jewish men going
Yeah.
back to tour like all the sites of the Holocaust.
Yeah. That's
Like
a good
that was a little career comeback for him.
Speaking of young Jewish men, I did compile a list because Nobody Wants This on Netflix just came back, which is a movie about a rabbi.
It's a show, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, TV show
Oh, I
about
thought
a
this was
rabbi.
the list. Nobody wants it.
No, but that's what I. Yeah, I no, nobody swear, wants dude. anything that I do. I thought you were like, I have this list. Well, I know nobody wants this
it.
either. No, because when you hear it, you're not gonna think anything of it either. But the whole premise is that Adam Brody has this young woman in Kristen Bell fall in love with him and realize that she really loves Jewish guys. And so I compiled a
Hell
list
yeah,
here
what's not to
because
love?
that's kind of the premise of the show.
Yep.
Top 5 Jewish actors that millennial non-Jewish women have developed crushes on that made them go, huh, maybe I have a thing for Jewish guys. Or you
Okay.
could look at this as the top 5 Jewish actors that Jewish men hope to be compared to on a first date.
There you go.
So, for millennials, and this is particularly for young millennials, Gordo from Lizzie McGuire. Any of you? No? All right, we'll move on.
No.
Speaking of social network, Andrew Garfield. He's OLI.
He's MOT?
Simply because you're surprised that he's MOT.
He's
I
in the
didn't know he was
tribe?
MOT.
Yeah.
He's in the tribe.
Paul Rudd, OLI. He's just too handsome.
He's just too handsome, and no one really associates him with being a Jewish guy.
This is my Paul. This is my Paul Rudd
Here's
impression.
one for all ages. Jeff Goldblum.
I would have to agree.
He's had multiple generations of non-Jewish women go,
How about
Number
Jeff Goldblum
5.
in The Fly? Good performance.
Yeah, he's shredded in that.
Brundlefly.
Picking off his fingernails.
Looking like Julianne.
Number 5, Dave Franco.
Not James?
Specifically Dave. We don't like to acknowledge that one. Number 4, Max Greenfield. For those of you who don't know who that is, Schmidt in New Girl.
New Girl, there you go.
He really, I mean, come on. He's the ultimate example
He's
of
higher
playing it. Yes.
than Goldblum?
Absolutely. Because Goldblum, we're talking different generations here. I am talking specifically millennial women because that guy really plays into all of the stereotypes of being Jewish, but also, he welcomes everyone.
Go back to that other picture you guys had up in the preview, please, because that guy that you showed right before Max Greenfield, that guy looks exactly like Kevin O'Connor with a wig on.
That's Gordo.
It's Kevin O'Connor.
Number 3, Jason Segel. Strong.
That's more of a you're funny and you make me laugh crush.
What are we known for? Number 2, Adam Brody. Playing the hot rabbi right now. And
Good comeback
of course,
by him.
The OC.
Love the OC.
That was the
You know about the OC,
original
Tony?
I don't know about
moment.
that OC.
Oh, man.
You know who my OC is?
Ooh, pick one.
Mike McDaniel.
Rambo.
there you go.
formula.
And
There you
number 1, Andy Samberg.
What?
Andy Samberg.
I've never
From the day
I've never
he
met a woman.
joined SNL.
Never stop, never stop.
Big sex symbol for you?
I promise you, you don't have to ask me. You have to ask Shiksas, who are into Jewish guys. Andy Samberg? Question mark?
No Zach Braff, huh?
You got to pick an OC. You got to be
Yeah,
quicker
no,
with that.
I
You got to
got
go
stuck
Mike
there.
Malarkey.
Yeah, I got stuck
gotta
there.
give me
I
something.
wanted to say Kevin O'Connell. I forgot about that
It's
too.
like
Another
you
head
had
coach.
you had the good OC line. You just needed a coach.
Mike
And-
Martz.
I know.
Look at that guy.
Andy Reid.
Tony
not just
dribbled,
'cause
jumped
I-
to throw the pass. He's like,
And then all of a sudden, Zaz cut baseline, and I was like, where is he? He's staying in the corner.
So just petered out with Mike McDaniel.
The University of Miami can beat you more ways than any team in college football. They are the best team in college football. You can't play with them. They can beat you with big plays now. They can beat you with defense. They're not going to do all of the dumb things. They are the balanced thing that doesn't exist in a sport that's gone true parity.
Miami looks like they can beat anyone in the nation.
It's the most complete one I've seen since the 2001 one. Just complete, more ways to beat you.
Miami's got to stay healthy. But the neutral field this year in the national title game is in Miami.
It's fixed. It's like, have no question that when Castellanos is being pressured 31 times and Beck is being pressured 6, it's fixed.
He was brought here to win national championships. You know who said that? Mario Cristobal. You know who says that privately? Mario Cristobal.
So when the standard's a national championship, you can't be going around saying 5-0, everything's fixed.
I think you can say the major problems facing this program are fixed.
It's not just, hey, finish in the top 4 and you have to win one game and you're in the championship anymore.
I think we're aware of what the standard is.
Okay.
But Miami looks like they can beat anyone in the nation.
I can say nothing bad about this team right now.
This was not Rick's football team that got into the top 5. I doubted that team all season long. I never thought that team had the best players.
What is it that you guys are talking about? That Louis Villa and Louisville this, and they're not going to beat the Canes. The Canes are going to beat the team today. I'm telling you that right now.
We spent 7 minutes on this show yesterday talking about Mario Cristobal's confidence in the way that he's walking around.
It's true, though.
I mean, are you
Did you not
kidding
hear him
me?
interviewed?
The way that he is presently carrying himself in interviews is as a man who is really confident in the players that he has.
He was really kind to me. He gave me a lot of time over the weekend as well for ESPN, and obviously, it has a lot to do with the current state of the program. I mean, he was really nice and really forthcoming with me.
Mario is so confident in his team right now, he can't even convey publicly what he thinks of his team. It's one of those situations where he has to be careful what he says publicly, because I just think he's supremely confident.
I think Mario Cristobal has shown over the last 3 years, if there's a problem, he'll solve it. check out the hook while his DJ unfolds it. Like, Mario Cristobal isn't going to shut you the hell up until he wins the
That is
national
correct.
championship.
That is correct.
That's cool. But I would say that yesterday's college football talk, as it pertains to the Miami Hurricanes, was just, an embarrassment. But
Okay,
I don't go to you or Jeremy for ball. That's not what I do.
Okay.
I don't. You embarrass yourself. It was terrible.
Yes, but
I got reached out to by a dozen people.
I was told last week that Carson Beck is better than Cam Ward potentially, and I have not seen anything like that.
I don't think anybody told you.
I went back and listened to the show.
Really want to get me excited? Talk about this quarterback we got right now. Real good. Better fall camp.
All right, so wait a minute. So you're doing Carson Beck. You're now going to do Carson.
He just said better fall camp than Cam.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Yes.
Hold on.
Oh, wait. This is where the guy that didn't go to fall camp either year tells me that I'm wrong. Maybe we should apply the context of it raining down here for a month straight when we have conversations about Carson Beck. I also think contextually there's been a monsoon at Hard Rock Stadium for a month straight. And that also plays into these rivalry games that are also naturally tighter.
I think he's going to really reshape the opinion of him a little bit. Again, it's not going to look like Cam Ward, and it can't for Miami to actually win big-time football. It can't look like that.
The one that makes me know that Miami is good is the win over South Florida, because I know South Florida is good. If I put it in an Auburn uniform, you guys would be saying. If I put it in an Alabama uniform, you guys would be saying that's a top 10 team.
I think overall it was just a great weekend for the University of Miami. Shout out to that athletics department, Joe Echeverria, the president, Kim Gorby, the SID.
I think it's clear whose fault this all is. It's Dan's fault.
That guy.
Of all the sounds, Dan is the most egregious.
By far.
Oh my God!
As I was going through
It's fixed.
Mike, you ought to be upset with Dan first and foremost. Come on, man.
Why did it matter? Why did it matter that Mario Cristobal was nice to me?
No,
It was important context.
they threw you under the bus.
You could do this any year over the last 20 years, but I think what's different this year is that's just our show. If you sampled the entire world of college football, they had everybody fooled this year, and it's a huge shame. I don't think we're going to get to have the conversations that we had last year about resume and whatnot, because I think they're probably going to lose another game. I think that's the big takeaway here is the teams. You have a bigger issue now, which is last 3 years, there's a pattern. Teams lock in your tendencies. You got nothing for them, and your team kind of goes into a hole. That can't be happening 4 years. Like, it's easy year one and year two to blame it on the Manny guys, the Manny recruits. Manny seems to be doing just fine at Duke. SMU has taken a lot of former Manny guys and done a lot of winning in this conference. Hell, they barely do any losing. They've lost one game. So
I keep seeing like the comparisons of Manny Diaz's ACC record versus Mario Cristobal's ACC record. Why do I give a shit about that? Manny Diaz was the coach here. He was awful. Mm-hmm. Why do I care what Manny Diaz? Manny Diaz had an opportunity here. He was terrible. So why do I care about his record?
Manny Diaz wasn't the answer. Mario Cristobal has elevated the floor. Now your problem is you just can't get over the hump. You can't get to Charlotte. Like before, we were talking about 7-win football teams, 6-win football teams. Like it's definitely changed, but the frustrating part is the intangible stuff and their inability to respond to it. It's going to be a huge week for them. I know they're favored by 28.5 against Syracuse. That is a program that's had a really difficult year following the injury to Angeli. Can this team rattle off 4 in a row to give you food for thought? Last year, they were told, hey, no playoffs for you because you have 0 ranked wins and your defense is trash. This year, potentially, depending on what happens with Pittsburgh, they could have 4 ranked wins and a defense that's very good and a signature win over potentially 1 to 2 playoff teams, depending on what happens in the AAC. So I do like their hand. For me, the biggest issue is I don't think this team can run the table in November. If they do, I think a month from now, we'd feel pretty strongly that they have one of the stronger cases when it comes to the CFP. But do they get past NC State? I mean, like they play teams well.
Mike, when you talk about, Cristobal being a floor raiser and that he just can't get over the hump, how many coaches are there in college football that are that coach that can get you over the hump? It feels like there's less than a handful of them.
It's tough. It's a tough sport. It's like baseball, only you multiply the teams by 3. There's one team that gets to win. Look at the Jim Harbaugh experience in Michigan. Year after year, couldn't get over the hump. gets lucky with a missed
that was
field
Ryan
goal.
Day.
That was right. Look, what were they saying about Ryan Day last year when
He's
he
probably
loses as a
fired
23?
if they don't win the national championship.
Probably gone. Maybe a mutual parting of ways. Mario Cristobal has to win that game. He did so in Oregon. He won a Pac-12 championship and he won a Rose Bowl. But there's rightfully a narrative that follows him. The only way to correct that narrative is to win. And for whatever reason, a mental thing happens where this team just kind of folds under pressure once teams lock into what they're doing. It's
Let me
got to
ask-
start at the top a little bit.
Let me ask you something here in regards to Notre Dame. So Notre Dame right now is ranked 10th, all right? If Notre Dame keeps winning and they win their final 10 games of the season, they're going to be a playoff team. And then that winds up making Miami look good that, hey, best win on their resume is that one. But, so you could say, hey, it's a good thing for Miami if they went out there. But is it a good thing for Miami if they went out there? Because they're going to be one of those top 11 spots when maybe you kind of need Notre Dame to lose to open up one of those top 11 spots. And I say top 11 because you know the ACC winner is not going to be ranked in the top 12. So they're going to wind up taking one of those spots, essentially. And you know what? Depending on what happens with BYU, the Big 12 winner may not be in the top 12. So they may take one of those spots also.
Huge game between BYU and Texas Tech. I'd like to entertain all these conversations. I think the best thing that can happen for Miami is, in terms of that conversation is to have Notre Dame keep winning.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because the head-to-head matchup has to matter. It has to matter. I don't care that it happened first week of the season. They played. You saw which team was better when they played. But Miami's got to keep winning.
Right.
And right now, I think the biggest problem is no one really thinks Miami can go 4-0 in the next month. No one. No one. Because of how they lost to SMU. Because of how they met adversity. So that's why it's a bigger conversation than even the CFP. I don't care if you fart out a couple of wins here or there. I got to see a change in approach. I got to see a team respond. I got to see guys that have been committing penalties every game suffer the consequences. I got to see them turn it around. It's a ridiculous conversation to be having. I would feel good about it down the line. But beat Syracuse. This team can quit. Beat NC State. Do we have faith that they can? I don't.
This is going to make such a great part of the montage when they win the national championship this year.
It's going to be hilarious in January 19th.
You talk about the Notre Dame win being something big later on. I know there's a couple teams ahead of them, but what if is there a possibility for Louisville and SMU to both meet in the ACC championship game if things up top get a little screwy, and then Miami has a loss to one of the ACC champion or the runner-up?
Again, stupid conversations. They
Screwed.
They got to play.
Screwed.
They got to win.
They're screwed either way.
Louisville just had a big-time injury to Brown. You got to beat. It starts with beating Syracuse, and then we can have those conversations down the line. But right now, it's stupid talk. Stupid talk.
Stupid talk.
There are 3 ACC teams ahead of both Louisville and SMU.
Yeah,
in the
but
ACC
things can
standings.
happen. Is
Yeah,
what I'm
things
saying.
can get screwy. I just wonder when we start having a conversation because the big time programs, when coaches are constantly underachieving, start to have buyout talk, and I just wonder.
It's
so
so
when's that
obvious
gonna
when
start?
you're trolling, like the first word you say.
Give me the weekend
Do it on
observations
purpose.
intro.
It is time for to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy.
Weekend Observations is presented by Miller Lite. Zaz, he was labeled a bust, caught mono as a rookie. He had a nice little stint in Minnesota, but last night, after 4 TDs in the first half, Sam Darnold, make no mistake, has entered the MVP conversation bar and ordered bottle service.
You have an NFL one?
Of course.
I
Come on,
didn't
man,
know
we
that. I thought
franchising.
you were just- I didn't know you franchise.
You know how this works. There
Wow.
are guys in the MVP conversation bar. That means he's in the MVP conversation. But if he's really doing stuff like, not just in the conversation, like dominant conversation, he's got bottle service.
They murdered Washington last night.
Oh, yeah. Big day for kickers. Ryan Fitzgerald lifted the Panthers over the Packers with a game winner. Parker Romo missed an extra point, dropping the Falcons to the Patriots. Will Lutz squeaked the Broncos past the Texans with a 34-yarder. And Cam Little set a record with a 68-yard field goal. Only thing bigger than the day for kickers is the balls on Liam Cohen. After Cam Little missed 3 kicks in the last 2 games, including a point after, a little PAT, Cohen trusted Little to kick a 68-yarder. You know what that is? Balls. Guy can't even get the extra point. You're going to say, oh, yeah, 68 yards. You got that one.
Made a 68-yarder yesterday?
Yeah. New record.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
telling
watch.
you.
I thought you saw everything.
I did see everything. They got to shorten these goalposts. I'm sorry, man. We can't have 68-yard field goals.
By the way,
every
you
week.
saw Landman? What you know about Landman?
Okay, here's the thing. Do you think that I am against being able to punch the
Yes,
ball out?
I do.
No, I'm not against that at all.
I think you are.
Sounds like you are.
What I'm against is if you miss, you can't just go around punching guys.
That was a contact sport.
Landman don't miss.
Steve Spagnuolo needs to learn how to cover his mouth with the play call sheet. Every time they showed him, he's covering it like this. All right, guys, 25. I'm like, no, you've got to do it up here. We all can read all the words that you're saying out your mouth. What does a bay leaf taste like? Would I be able to taste its absence? I watch a lot of these Instagram cooking videos, and they put a bay leaf in it. And I'm like,
Just one singular bay leaf, too.
yeah, like if I didn't have a bay leaf, would I be like, it's missing something?
I'll lick a bay leaf.
Bay leaf?
It's a strong flavor.
Is it?
Yes.
What does it taste like?
Tea.
Okay. I've never tasted tea in my food.
Hey.
Stephen A. Smith on the firing of Dolphins GM Chris Greer. Quote, this is BS. That's the first fire? Really? That's what we're doing? It was about Tua. It was about Mike McDaniel. And the brother gets fired first? Stephen A. Smith, the Stugotz is strong in you. Because the other brother didn't get fired, so. Tucker Kraft, expected to miss time with a knee injury. I guess you could say the Packers production will have to continue without Kraft services. It's a showbiz joke, kids. Spurs finally lost the game, courtesy of Saturday night in Old Town Scottsdale. Sunday brunch scene ain't bad either. If it's one thing Halloween taught me, it's that a lot of people don't like being in on a joke. Sometimes the beauty of a joke is not in making the whole room laugh. Rather, it's in making a few people laugh and have the rest of the room wondering, what's so damn funny?
Eloquently put by you, by the way.
Thank you.
I saw you put that on Twitter. I was like, you know what?
I was like, you know what? This is going to make it to Weekend Observations.
I mean, few people are as entertaining on mute as Michael Irvin.
Oh, yeah, he's great. Matter of fact, everyone, mute First Take. Watch it while you listen to me. Pablo Torre played spades with Maury Povich and Nick Cannon. I never guessed Pablo would know how to play spades.
Maury Povich?
Yeah. I never guessed Maury Povich to play spades either. But if you had to ask me, Maury or Pablo, which one knows how to play spades? I'm picking Maury.
Yeah.
Top 5 things I never guessed Pablo could do. OLI, play spades. Number 5, not say something without sounding like he's fighting back laughter. Number 4, not have other journalists mad about his reporting but also want to be on his show. Number 3, not dress like Mr. Rogers. He actually has a closet where he has
It's
all those
weird.
sweaters.
Like every time I see him, he's in a cardigan. I'm like, dude, what is this?
He's got a closet in the New York studio, just cardigans. He comes in and he changes into it like he's Mr. Rogers. Number 2, not start a conversation tangent without having the appropriate receipts to back up what he's talking about. Folks, he ain't just talking. There's a reason why he says the things he says. And the number 1 thing I never could guess Pablo could do, withhold the name of his alma mater.
How's Pablo's jumper?
I don't know.
Got a good jumper, decent jumper?
Never played with Pablo.
We need to see Pablo's jumper.
Let's find out. Can't be great.
Shohei is starting to crack. Guys see this? First, during the post-game conversation, he's nodding his head vigorously during the question before the translation has happened. They're like, hey, talk about the job that's so... And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, wait a second. Then, as he's going out, he says, thank you, guys. So smooth. I thought Billy D. Williams did the voiceover. All right, thanks, guys. I was like, what? This guy doesn't speak English?
Definitely speaks English
He's cracking.
better than me.
100%.
He's cracking. He can't keep this up.
I mean, it's funny with Shohei versus other players like of Latin origin, because with them, we never really seem to care if they keep a translator the entire time. But with Shohei, we're mad that he speaks English.
I'm going to tell you why. Because when the Latin players speak English, it sounds like, oh, yeah, your English isn't that strong. This guy, as Zaz says, sounds better than a broadcaster. All right, thanks, guys. I'm like, what? All right. When did he learn I?
There's a reason why there's certain somebody in prison.
Mm-hmm. Kike Hernandez should have to give up his World Series share to Andy Pajes and name his next two children Andy and Pajes. Got that straight from the pages. Misconnection. You're the waitress with the piercing blue eyes. I was the guy who wrote, "Don't smoke in bed" under the tip. At one point, Hornets versus Jazz had 9 white players on the court.
Whoa.
Or, as complicated Joe Zagacki might say, a great start.
Let me tell you about Con Canepo.
Tua blamed crowd noise for the number of penalties on offense, saying, quote, "With the Ravens fans, it maybe got a little muffled with my cadence and the crowd noise, and Sarah Michelle Gellar was a book report with raw chicken, you're going to kill somebody," unquote. Flacco, 470 yards, 4 TDs, 2 INTs, and a sprained throwing shoulder. Gutsy. No one should be rooting more for LeBron to sit than Austin Reeves. He's making money. Tell the truth. You all thought Mahomes was going to do it again after the Bills missed the field goal. After the game, Mahomes said, "You can only learn from so many losses. You got to learn from it fast." That's a great quote.
Bills always win the regular season games against them.
Or as Tua would say, "You can only learn from so many fresh, it's our turn. Gator boots with the pumped up kicks. You better run, Forrest, run." French toast, please. End quote. It's a CTE joke, guys. Diana Rossini telling us Davis Mills was not on the block, followed by CJ Stroud concussion, forcing Davis Mills into the game. Diana Rossini, I've got my third eye open. Football Illuminati coming soon.
We all had the same reaction when she said, they're not answering those calls for Davis Mills. We're like, really?
And then
for Davis Mills?
And then that next game, he's out there.
And you are still asking, really? We're not answering calls for him?
Cinephobe last week. Rambo First Blood Part 2. We learned that Rambo had 59 confirmed kills in the Vietnam War. Yet, during the course of the movie, which takes place over the course of 2 days in 1985, Rambo has 74 kills, meaning in 2 days, he's killed more than an entire war. Moral of the story, work on your craft, kids. It's never too late to improve.
Should I watch Rambo?
I think you should.
I never seen it.
I think you'd love it.
First Blood.
And also First Blood Part 2, Rambo.
Yeah, that's not even.
And then Rambo 3, which, by the way, that's my favorite. Famous Rambo tagline, "What you choose to call hell, he calls home." Speaking of hell, Art Briles, those are the weekend observations.
An applause for that?
Rambo 3, man.
You did a good job.
You know what Rambo 3 is about? He
No.
goes to Afghanistan to fight the Soviets.
Who wins?
Oh, come on. Who wins? Rambo always wins.
The audience.
Oh, yeah, we always
How many Rambos are there?
Well, there were the original 3, and then they took a long hiatus, and then Stallone brought it back with Rambo, just the self-titled Rambo, and then Rambo Last Blood.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember, Stugotz made a big deal about...
Was that a border town one?
Could that? Yes, that one is, as it's been relayed to me, very problematic.
Yeah. The one before the border one, he rips out a trachea, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Disemboweled somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Cut somebody in half with a machine gun, a turret gun.
He can kill people in a lot of different ways, folks.
Now, why is one of them called Rambo Last Blood?
That's the last one that happened, but Stugotz famously doubted that it would be, in fact, the Last Blood because Stallone can't help himself. He's going to make another Rambo movie one way or another.
Yeah, I got to doubt that too, player.
Yeah, you've never seen Rambo. You strike me as a Rambo kind of guy.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like it. I never seen it.
I'm just saying,
You give off Rambo.
What were you doing in the 80s?
Just living my life, man.
Oh, not watching movies?
Just watching a lot of wrestling in the 80s.
I could tell.
It's a golden age.
Randy Savage.
Hogan.
I saw somehow my algorithm, I blame Mike. My algorithm sometimes will send me wrestling videos.
Oh, yeah, it's a good algorithm.
But it's like, the time when Booker T and The Rock faced off for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was intrigued. I was like, okay, where does it go from here? Yeah. What is your favorite wrestling memory as a kid? Not like as a grown-up, like pre-18-year-old Zaz.
Cody Rhodes winning the championship.
I was a lot older than 18. All right.
Happened 2 years ago. It's a joke. It's a CTE joke.
Oh.
My favorite, probably Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. Yeah, I was 6 years old. WrestleMania 3. That's probably my favorite. as a
What
kid.
happened?
Andre won. No, Hogan won. He body slammed him.
Wait, hold on, man. How
Who's
can
your favorite OC?
Hold on.
What happened there?
It's contagious, man. What do you? How can you do this? If my favorite memory is, oh yeah, who won? I don't know.
I popped when Sting got over the hump.
Was
The
that-
Great American Bash? Beat Ric Flair. He had red, white, and blue Surfer Sting. I was a WCW guy.
I'm in a little bit of a pickle here.
That was
My movie theater sells pickles.
Oh yeah, how much, man?
$2.
Hell of a deal.
So I'm not trying. I'm going to go to Cena's last match next month.
Is it really his last match, or is this
Yes.
a last blood
It is-
situation?
no, it's his last match. Last
Elite
match.
Company.
Saturday
From what
night's
I'm
main
reading.
event in DC next month. Mike, have you seen these ticket prices?
Yeah, they're insane.
Holy crap! I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's like I've already got my flight booked. I don't think it's
Hold
a
on.
show yet.
Is it face or is it the resell?
Both.
What weekend is it?
December 13.
I've discovered this. This sounds real naive of me, but I've discovered that there's like a scam happening.
What's that?
Where the face value tickets are showing as sold out because all the bots ate them up, but coders can go in and go into the face value site and get them still at face value by just putting in some code.
Oh.
Which means all of this is massively artificial in terms of the...
It feels like a racket.
Right? Like that's what's happening here. You're all getting scammed on these resales because it's not like, oh yeah, this one scalper got him and now he... No, it's all like an illusion designed to drum up business basically and make the tickets more desirable.
I mean, it's going to be one of the hottest tickets ever for WWE, for an arena show. Cheapest lower level seat. You want to guess right now? Cheapest lower level seat.
Lower level seat.
It's in D.C. where
it's
the Capitals
in Washington, D.C. Okay.
Cena's last match.
It's going to be John Cena's last match. You're saying it's not a last blood situation. This
No,
is really going to
it's
be his last
definitely
match.
his last match.
Is he going to wear jorts?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
You think he's gonna win?
I have no idea.
I'm going to go $700.
500. 500 is the cheapest lower level seat, and it's like at the very top of the
Yeah.
lower level. You know,
Yeah.
$500.
Is there an equivalent of the behind the basket seat in wrestling, or is it all it's just a ring, right?
No, there's not really an equivalent to that. No.
You know what I discovered? I went to a boxing match a couple of years ago. Shout out to George Sedano who hooked it up. And it was not ringside, but it was like 2 rows off a ring. It was really good seats. And what I discovered is when you're that close, what are they called? The ropes?
The ropes, yeah, literally the ropes.
You having trouble thinking of what those are called?
Yeah, with CTE.
The OC.
The fun kind. It obscures. I'm watching the fight like this the whole time because the ropes are in the goddamn way. Oh, this is terrible. You know what they should do?
Clear glass?
No.
They should have no ropes.
No. You can keep the ropes. They should put the whole ring in a pit. And so now we're looking down, and we all have kind of a view of it, and almost like a Roman Coliseum. We're yelling and throwing shit.
Look at that. That's go sit in the upper level.
No.
It does. Yeah, you can get that experience.
No.
It's cheap.
I want to be ringside too. I want to hear and taste and smell all the sights and sounds.
Taste.
Yeah, sometimes
You're gonna have to be.
they hit them and it flies
You're gonna have
out
to be
the-
front row for that to work, though.
What's up?
You're gonna have to be front row for that.
I
to
know,
work.
but they're in a little pit, so I'm kind of looking over on them.
They actually do have mixed martial arts that
in a pit
that happen in a pit.
Wow.
They also have ones that don't have cages too.
No
They got-
cages?
Yeah, they're all.
They
over
can
the
just run
place.
around.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Within a reason.
Because
I want them to be able to run around the entire arena.
That's tougher.
I just feel like
You got to catch them.
well, if that's the case, then it's not who's the best fighter now. Who's the best avoider?
It's strategy, though. That's real life
Well, in that case,
application.
I feel like I'd be a pretty good fighter in those conditions.
You got to run away.
I'm shifty.
Mm-hmm.
I always have this. You ever watch movies and they're chasing people and they're going through the staircase, or whatever, and I'm like, dog, just get off on the floor and then go back upstairs. Everyone thinks you're going down in the same direction. Just double back. Oh my god!
You haven't seen the Mike Myers challenge, though?
No, what's the Mike Myers?
Where someone's walking to you,
Oh.
and you run away, and you're like,
Michael Myers.
Yeah, I thought. Oh yeah,
the guy
baby.
dressed as Austin Powers and said,
I thought you meant the former left-handed reliever for the Yankees.
So back to the original point here. Who is setting me up with tickets for John Cena's final match? That's the
Maybe
You know,
Sedano?
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I used to be repped by the same agency as John Cena. I got his agent's number. I could put in a call.
A lot of those tickets are,
but it's
so expensive.
It's going to cost you.
They actually reserve quite a bit of seats for those events.
Go on.
Where they put in VIPs. So we need to elevate your profile so you can be one of those VIPs. But
All
this one's
right.
going to be a really difficult ticket because it's not a stadium show, as you
I know.
mentioned. And the president's probably going to be there.
That's what I hear.
Is he?
Yeah, apparently. Says he wouldn't miss it.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot going on in the world that it kind of prioritize a little bit over.
Hey, take off a night. What's up?
Cena's final
He was
match
at a
pretty high
Gatsby
up.
party 2 nights ago. He's
What?
good.
Really?
He's chilling.
Does he dress up?
Who?
Trump.
He dresses as Trump.
But like
The red tie, the long red
It was a
tie.
Gatsby themed party around him.
Oh, so he's
Ooh, he's in a bow tie.
Everybody goes in character. He goes in
as
character.
Trump. This is Donald Trump. If I was in the Gate Gatsby,
You guys look great
They
here.
would-
Wow, look at you.
They would have called it the Greater Gatsby.
The best Gatsby.
The best Gatsby they ever had.
The greatest Gatsby.
You know, they had it out in Long Island. I said, it's a little too far.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. We'll have it at Trump Tower.
Let's be careful. He's speaking across the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's tomorrow, right?
It's tomorrow.
Well, how are we going to
Oh, Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Or Wednesday? What are you guys going to do? Are you guys going to try to commute through this shit?
I have 2 tickets.
Probably get arrested.
I'll be front row.
For the first time ever, I'm taking the train here tomorrow to avoid that traffic.
You going to Brightline it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, first time.
Are you going to go
Same.
premium?
I thought about it.
No, it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary?
Because it's if you're going somewhere like on a weekend, you can have free drinks on there. Like
Yeah.
what is the benefit of that
I
premium?
mean, you get
other
a
than-
free coffee, free breakfast.
You get-
but
It's like a
not-
15-minute ride. It
There's
seems like
booze?
a
It's not
waste.
worth it.
I thought it was free booze, right?
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, but on the way
But
to
I'm
work.
coming to work, dog.
Yeah, dog, you'd be working even better. Think about every idea you've ever had when you were drunk. Wasn't it so much better thought out?
We should buy a bar.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to Tony's Top 5 from across the street in 2 days.
Should I save it? I was going to do it tomorrow.
Oh,
I'll
man.
do it Wednesday.
You can feel the energy.
Dog, man. Are you kidding me?
I think Messi's gonna be there.
We're going to be able to get in here?
The graphic's incredible because it looks like
Messi's at like the top of it.
Yeah, have you seen the
No.
graphic? It looks like Donald Trump's decided to run a 4-4-3.
No way. No way. Do we have that picture? Can we throw that up somewhere?
I'll pull it up on my phone here.
While we're pulling it up, we got to talk about what's happening with the Bengals.
Oh, my God.
I've never seen this before. We're talking about things that we never see.
So, like, there's always this undercurrent on some of these teams where either the defense is really great and the offense is holding them back, they can't score, or the offense is really great and the defense is holding them back, and everybody just kind of like supports each other, you know? You don't want to say the wrong thing. The Bengals, they appear to be doing the complete opposite here. So the Bengals defense is apparently historically bad, all right? And
Three
yes-
historically bad teams on defense in a year: Dolphins, Ravens, and Bengals.
Good point. So the Bengals had a big comeback against the Bears, and the defense couldn't hold them in the end, and the Bears won 47-42. And it seems like the Bengals offensive players have had enough. So here's Chase Brown, all right? Chase Brown, Bengals running back, and he is straight up telling you the defense sucks.
We just got to play complimentary football. Like, we put the ball in the end zone and go up a point at the end, finish the game. Like, just end it. Like, that's it. Like, that's what we need to do. Just end the game. Like, make them get us the ball back. Let us go to 22 victory and let's end the game. That's how I feel. Any playmaker on this team, any position, like, we're all willing to do whatever it takes to win. We just got to finish. I think that's like what you go into this bye week thinking and kind of repeating to yourself is just finish these goddamn games. Please finish them.
When do you ever hear a player talk about the other side of the football like that?
Was asked. Surely he was the only one talking like that.
Nope.
What?
And these are star players, especially this guy. Here's Jamar Chase.
A leader or any of the leaders on the offense, is it good to get on the defense or stay in your lane?
I'm going to stay in my lane. I don't want no defensive player come and chew me out about what the I'm doing.
And so apparently...
He's supportive. He said, I'm going to stay in my lane.
Apparently, defensive players were laughing about the way the game ended. I think the offense and the defense, I think they're going to fight each other. I think they're going to come up
Put them in a pit.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, no cage. So you gotta catch him.
Battle Royal.
Then it involves some of the football skills, right? Like how elusive are you?
The only thing that brought me peace, watching Al Golden's defense struggle like that. A little bit of decompression.
Al Golden is still alive and working, huh?
He's young.
Still alive. He was the DC for Notre Dame in the national championship.
He is hot candidate. Yeah. Wow. What is he? Just in his 50s, right?
56 years old.
Really?
Still alive.
Dog, that really scares me. It means me and Al Golden aren't that far off in age. I don't like this. I like the day when all the coaches were like 100 years older than me. I'm like, oh, no.
Every coaching hire is like younger than you now.
I know, man. It's crazy.
I don't
How
like
old's
it
Mario?
either. Mario's in his early 50s.
Yeah. See, like
looks good.
Brent Key, I think Brent Key and me went to Georgia Tech at the same time. I'm not sure. I can't confirm, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was there when Joey Hamilton was
there.
Man. 99.
Oh,
I mean, Dan was freaking out last week because the Nationals manager that they hired is 33 years old, and someone reached out to me. Their president is 35. They don't have a GM. They have 2 assistant GMs. They're 31 and 33.
There you go.
That's crazy.
There's no way you can have that many young people.
They can mess up, but they'll have a job.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll build themselves back up.
Yeah. You're old, you get out of a job, it's a wrap.
That's right.
Unless you're Vic Fangio.
Mhm.
Somehow you still get jobs.
Well, he's just satisfied being a coordinator. He did the coach thing one time just to say he did it, but he's
it's also
that
better
guy's-
as a DC.
I'm a press box guy.
I'm telling you,
Vic
man.
Fangio.
It's a
Press
lot
box
less
guy.
stressful. A lot less because nobody's asking you questions. That's the thing. Everyone asking questions. When you're a head coach, you got to answer a lot of questions. That's why you get $54 million to be Brian Kelly. And you got to answer no more questions. Just kick my legs up.
Ask me questions for that money. I'll
Yeah,
give you,
all
I'll
the
give you
questions you
answers.
want. There'll be no holding back. Tony, speaking of no holding back, Pelicans.
Let's talk about the Pelicans really quick.
Let's talk
I
about
think
them.
the NBA needs to do a bailout.
I think contraction is the word you're looking for.
We need something.
Bailout means like, hey, I think this thing is salvageable. We're going to just give you
some
some stuff.
I don't know. Right now, it looks like the worst situation in the NBA, right? Like you trade away your first round pick to a team in the Hawks that basically gave you the rights to get a Derek Queen who's
that trade is
not that good.
crazy.
And also the trade for the Indiana pick, which now turns into a more interesting pick too because they're not good.
Like the Pacers did the deal like what? Like right
the
after
day of the finals, they're like, yeah, okay, we'll do the trade. Okay, fine.
So here's the thing. I tell people this all the time. Sometimes teams do a deal and then in retrospect we're like, oh, that was a bad deal, right? So for instance, the Clippers trading for Paul George and obviously Shai Gilgeous-Alexander winning that deal.
Everyone thought it was a good deal.
At the time, everyone was like, yeah, you do it because you got Kawhi. And now we look back like hindsight 2020, that's a bad deal. The Derek Queen deal, on the day it happened, we were like, what are you doing?
The minute it happened.
What are you doing?
Like, do you think Joe Dumars, did he try to get it protected and they were just like, no, it has to be unprotected?
This is what I've discovered most of the time when you're seeing a pick that goes unprotected. And it's not like for a superstar player, right?
It was to move up, 3 spots?
Most of the time, they never ask. They never ask. You guys had, you're on last week, right? You're on Weissman, who wrote the Hollywood Endings book about the Lakers. And he said the Pelicans had to explain to Rob
What a
Pelinka
swap is.
What a pick swap is. Like most of the time, if something happens, like what? It's not because they fought, they negotiated, oh, finally you win. It's because nobody asked.
Like, you're telling me if Joe Dumars said, we'll trade you a first-round pick, but it's top 5 protected, the Hawks would be like, nah, it has to be. Like, why didn't he ask?
I'm telling you, he said, how much to move up, to swap picks with you guys? It's going to cost you your first deal. I'm not reporting. I'm telling you typically what happens.
They're 0-7.
In that
They're
situation.
0-7. They're getting beat by 30 every single
They're going
night
to fire
outside of
Willie
a couple
Green
games.
any day now.
He's a walking dead, man. But, like, is there a worse situation in the NBA than a star player who is in and out of the lineup who's not that good right now in Zion Williamson? You have nothing to look forward to. You have no first-round picks. You got absolutely nothing.
You know
How
what
does
you
that
do?
happen?
You trade him for Kawhi Leonard.
For Kawhi.
Right. Welcome to the postgame show. We ended the show with a cliffhanger, and
Good
this is
cliffhanger.
This is like Rocky, where the beginning of every
Sly
Rocky
Stallone.
movie they recap, right? Like they recap what happened in the last Rocky movie. I love
love it
I
when
love
they
those
do
little
that.
recaps, right? So I ended the local hour saying the thing that the Pelicans could
Why
do.
don't movies do that anymore? Who doesn't love a good recap?
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies did that.
Did a recap? Yeah, they did it.
Recaps
wow,
are
this
awesome.
is super helpful.
Well, the Marvel movies needed that for sure.
Thank you,
because
Sam Raimi.
We're like, what's going on? I don't know. So many characters.
Would have loved that for Marvel. Would have made me watch more Marvel movies if I knew I would
There
catch
was a recap?
up. Mhm,
Yeah,
100%.
they recap. It's too many. You know what Marvel
So many
movies
moving
is?
parts.
I love them, but you know what they are? Homework.
I totally forgot
Homework.
Winter Soldier killed
Completely
Tony's
agree.
dad. What? Tony? So did he.
I rewatched Civil War.
Spoiler alert.
I rewatched Civil War over the weekend, and that was the time I went,
What?
The whole time
That's like the whole plot of the movie.
Yeah, but I'm like, the whole time I'm like, why is Tony Stark so hell-bent on fighting Captain America over the logistics of the Sokovia Accords and all that? And then it's like, because Bucky...
No.
And he knew, and Steve knew.
Steve knew.
No, tempers definitely flare after that. Though.
Yeah.
Well, he was already properly pissed.
He was pissed.
But we were talking policy.
And then Baron Zemo is orchestrating the whole thing.
And Zemo makes him watch it.
Yep.
And he goes like, you knew about this?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And then we start fighting.
Yup.
For Kawhi.
But Kawhi, yeah.
Kawhi. So Tom Haberstroh wrote about this in his Substack, The Finder, months ago, right? When we first started talking about Kawhi and this aspiration deal, and there's something untoward, and the Clippers, by the end of this investigation, may get dinged with a bunch of stuff.
A bunch?
Like picks and all that stuff. Like, they might get dinged.
All
So
right.
what you do is you go trade for Zion right now before they can ding you with all the stuff, which is basically what happened with Terry Rozier and the Heat. The Hornets allegedly knew this was happening, so what do? You trade Terry Rozier immediately to a team that's like, oh. And it's just like,
I'm a victim.
Absolutely. Just like Steve Ballmer.
So you trade Kawhi to the Pelicans
Or
in exchange
Memphis.
for Zion Williamson or John Morant or whomever, and then they can't ding you because the player's no longer on the roster?
Well, not only that, but like the picks. You got to throw picks in there. I don't have the picks. Yeah, we're going to take your first round. I'm like,
I traded them all.
Good luck. Send them to Zion. Boom. Got ass.
Now you give more ammunition to another bad franchise to
Sure.
make more stupid mistakes.
Exactly. And meanwhile, you're like, okay, you're going to take my 2040 first round pick? Take it. I'm not going to be. Lawrence Frank's like, I ain't going to be here. Come on, 2040? I'm going to be like Brian Kelly.
Picking my feet up, baby. But like to the point of like the Pelicans, is somebody going to step in and do something?
Step in and do what?
I don't know.
I don't think they stepped in with the
guy
Sixers.
just got the job.
NBA stepped in with the
Hold on.
Sixers.
First, two things. Number one, the Sixers were on purpose being bad, which, as we talked about, is like the one thing you can't do is tell the customer that we are purposely giving you bad product. Like, that's the one thing you can't do. And so that was the impetus behind that. In this case, A, the guy just got the job. B, yeah, some people are always going to be not good at the job. And it just so happens it's Joe Dumars' turn right now. So,
Can I ask you an interesting question?
yes, please. I love interesting questions.
The Philadelphia 76ers
Yes.
are 5-1.
Yeah.
Embiid has not played the last couple games. They're obviously
he
better without
hasn't.
him. Sixers are 5-1. The Dallas Mavericks are 2-4.
Hello.
Which team's future would you rather have?
This is a good question. You know why?
I know it
Because after like a couple of games of me watching the Sixers, I was like, this is the first time I've ever felt optimistic about Philly, that an optimism that does not include Joel Embiid, right? Since before that, it's always been like, well, if Embiid's healthy, well, if he can put it together. Now it's like, oh, wow, this looks like what's life like after the divorce, right? Like, pretty good, getting dates and everything, right? On the other hand, I think the Mavericks are actually just victims of their current circumstance. Meaning, when Kyrie Irving comes back, which, by the way, Jason Kidd, don't know if you guys saw this.
Yeah,
Don't know if you guys heard this. He
Interesting.
kind of dropped a little hint. Kyrie, whether he comes back in 26 or 25. Oh, 25. We've only got a couple months left in 25, but somehow, maybe Kyrie's back. You add Kyrie Irving to these Mavericks, who, by the way, have gone point guardless, and it shows. It changes the dynamics massively, right? Plus, you've got Cooper Flagg, who's an elite talent. He looks pretty good. He looks the part. Plus, you got a good supporting cast. P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively. Plus, Anthony Davis, when he's healthy, he's one of the best players in the league. I'm going, it's crazy. I think I'd rather have the Mavericks' future than
Really?
the Sixers. Yeah. They got more.
You got more for now, though, right?
More
Like
for now, but-
Kyrie, AD, those
they're
guys
older.
are on the other side, right?
But they give you a chance.
In the Western Conference, it gives you a chance to do what?
VJ Edgecombe, which was another hold it. Hold it.
Keep holding.
I'm still edging. Hold it. Oh, now comes the other part of the name. Right? Like, he's exciting. And Maxey is blossoming and growing right before our eyes, right?
Right before our what?
Our eyes.
You don't get it.
You don't get the show.
Yeah, you don't get the show. But it's like, Tony, is that the building blocks for a championship team?
No, but I would say that I don't think the Mavericks have a really good building block for their build in the Western Conference for a championship, right? Like I feel like there's more of an angle for the Sixers to be competitive in the East and get to the NBA Finals with this 3-guard rotation once McCain comes back. Then I do see like Cooper Flagg, who's playing point guard right now, but it's not his natural position. Well, we got to wait till Kyrie comes back. But then like D'Lo's kind of there too. Like PJ Washington gets the ball sometimes. Like they don't really have a ball handler. They got a bunch of bigs and guys that kind of fit the mold.
When Kyrie comes in, all of a sudden,
sure.
You know that they actually, you know what they need, Jeremy? They need the Heat offense. That's what the Mavericks
wide
need right
open
now.
offense.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of great futures, Javier Sanoja, rookie for the Marlins. What a Gold Glove.
Who?
Huh?
I don't know that fool.
Marcus Mariota, growing up right in front of our eyes.